Thank you very much for having me. Actually, it was a pleasure to be here. The reason I came, really, whenever I'm called to come and do a talk on mental health, I take it as priority because it's my way of giving back to the community. We know we have a lot of mental health issues around here, and people, really, the awareness when it comes to mental health is very, very low. So I take it as my quota of giving back to the community to talk about mental health, raise awareness on it, and mental health issues so that people can be aware because mental health issues don't happen overnight. Rarely do they happen overnight. It takes time. There are gradual steps to it. And when people know about mental health, what it is, what it's not, and how to take care of themselves, they're in a better position to avoid getting to that stage so they know the signs and when to seek help before it becomes very, very serious. So, thank you for that, by the way. And I'm glad that you saw it as interesting. I think one of the things that motivated it, again, is the idea that mental health affects everyone. Mental health issues affect everyone. Mental health is everyone's business. So, whenever people don't have the spaces to talk about this, so whenever there's an opportunity to talk about it, you see people opening up and then explaining their issues and they're interested in learning about it. So it's not like mostly it's because they don't know about mental health. That is why they're not talking about it. So anytime they have the opportunity to learn about it or to talk about it, they're open to the discussion. And you see a lot of people shared personal stories as well. Actually, this is a beautiful initiative. When I came in the morning and I saw how the sessions were going, I had to meet Binta personally to ask her how they're doing this, when was the organization founded, and how they're raising funds to conduct activities. And it's disheartening to know that most of the activities are actually self-funded because this unlike other bigger organizations that target bigger people, this organization is targeting grassroots individuals, people in the communities who need these discussions more. So it's going to gain more impact within the community than other bigger organizations. So I think really the government, the Ministry of Gender, UN organizations that are out there really need to step up to support grassroots organizations. I know the idea that sometimes with UN organizations they'll be like, um, the grassroots organizations, they can't trust them with the funds and all of that. But honestly, if you don't work with them, you can't trust them with your funds. You have to work with them, see what they do before you are able to give them big funds. So you need to give them opportunities. Maybe even have grassroots organizations come together, maybe two or three of them, and then give them a project, a big project, and see what they'll do with it. Because I find this a lot more impactful than other initiatives out there. They're doing a very good job, and I'm really inspired. And I even told Binta, because we have a similar organization, Safe Space for Girls, I told her we would try to work together to come up with more impactful initiatives within the communities, because this is very beautiful seeing young girls, high schoolers here talking about mental health issues, talking about menstrual health and hygiene, talking about entrepreneurship. It's very inspiring to see that, and they're doing a very good job. Honestly, it takes a lot of dedication and commitment to do this, pull something like this off without any funds. So I admire what they're doing, and I applaud them for it.
Thank you very much. My name is Yusuf Adabu, and I am currently a student at the University of the Gambia. It's interesting that we've been invited here, and then for a series of reasons, um, I am showered with um, a mountain of pleasure. And I must admit the fact that this event is very significant in the sense that it is actually an awakening call to the youth of this nation, trying to enlighten them about a lot of things that are very relevant as far as development is concerned. So this organization, Feame, otherwise called as Creative Youth Movement, is aimed at educating the young people about their menstrual and hygiene purposes and all that. Okay, so I've had the opportunity to interact with many people here today, and I've also had the opportunity to learn a lot from them. And one of the things that I've learned is about hygiene. It is quite important that people keep um, clean at all time, all right? Especially with regards to their should I say their self. Okay. So another thing that I've actually learned today is about littering. We've also talked about littering, which is very important in this topic. to talk about in this country. When you look at the Gambia here, there are many people that lead it around, the leaders around. And I think that is a big problem, and then the state should actually put up effort to make sure that the place an anti-littering act that every citizen must obey. There is an anti-littering act that is implemented in KM, so long I know, but it's not actually in practice. It's not implemented. So thank you very much. I have a lot to talk about, but due to time factor, I wouldn't be able to. And I'm also admonishing that the government should actually help these people, empower them, try to support them financially and any other means that they can to actually promote issues of this kind. Thank you very much.
This guy for it's just for it's a
My name is Fatou Jase, a student of Nusrat Senior Secondary School. I am an art student, and today I'm very delighted to be here because I have learned a lot of things like menstruation, menstrual hygiene, leadership. We learn about mental health and business entrepreneurship. It is something that is very important, and these menstrual stuffs and everything. It is something that we don't talk about home. So due to this due to this association, I have learned a lot of this in the society. And then I'm encouraging all of young people there, both boys, girls, male, female, all of you. I urge you to come and join the Fame because it's very important. It is a very important association and it teaches you a lot. Thank you.
Yes, I was among those that attended it. I'm not a member, but I have learned so many things, particularly when that Auntie Ramatullah, I believe that is her name, when she was speaking about the mental health. Usually, these are things that we hear outside and we don't understand. And she, as somebody who specializes in that, have to tell us the way and the means we are to manage or control our mental. That is something that is very, very important. And this initiative is very, very good. Though it needs support because this country we had the support things like this. But in the West, others are successful because of this, not only through academics, but because of this kind of skills. So with this, I believe she has a long way to go. So I think with what they are doing, if they continue with this and other organizations, maybe they have to involve others, like they have to invite other major organizations that can also promote and post about their event. So with that, many will have to know, and they have to see support because I know UNICEF and others, particularly Fantanka, they are always ready to support things like this. Particularly, she's a female and she's very young, not up to that 40 or 30 something. So I believe. So with that, they are ready to support and they will surely support. And with that, she really have a bright future. We are really happy, grateful. We have eaten since in the morning. We are here, and our bellies are full. If you can see that, and you see my mouth is even shining because of oil. So we are happy.
My name is Fatmata Sisaha from Newsword Senior Secondary School in grade 11 Arts 1. So that program, the program was so interactive, educative, and interesting. We learned a lot of things about menstrual hygiene, about leadership, poetry, and everything. So I'm urging like people who are outside or watching this video to come and join us, like to come and be part of us to make a better change. Thank you.
Okay, I'm Mohammed K. Toure, the Vice President of the Fame Creative Impact. I'm also the Programs Coordinator in the Alliance Council for the members of FEM. We really appreciate the coming of everybody, our panelists from the Antinde Yasin Seka, to Abu Karagilan and Ramatullah Diallo for their wonderful deliberation on different particular perspectives. So today is really a milestone for us because from a baby step to this particular extent, we can really say we've gone through those, but Alhamdulillah, uh, we were able to achieve this much. Yes, we wish it could have been better, but yes, our members, the participants, and everybody that contributed to this particular day has made it a success. So yes, we can boldly say that we were proud of what we did and how far we've come. So come 2026, we are hoping to expand, thereby also go to more career path with our members, and also change some of the focus. So West Coast region and CRR, URR are part of our targets, hopefully. So certain things that we did within the Greater Banjul area, we are hoping to extend it in particular to those areas. So yeah, we really say a big thank you to the members of Feame, all participants, all the presenters that were part of it, and the media house as well. You know, it was a short call, but yes, they have answered. So we say thank you very much, everyone. And I really appreciate Binta is a woman that I've gone to her. Yeah, she's like she's somebody that will always hope, Mohammed, I hope we can do that. I said, yes, we can. And sometimes whenever I want to do this, it was like, even without anybody, with one person, I will still go ahead. And yes, he did that. Yes, he did. But alhamdulillah, thank you. And we appreciate it.
Wah, anak ko talo len nak. Really well. Ah, man. Ano yung bayaw no? This man. Mas take it. Okay, okay. Camera man, this thing. You guys are starting
I think most of you have seen my name in the group. I'm the vice president of the Feame. So to begin with, I said, like they said, I think we first seek the blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, like in our own convenient way. We can start with a silent prayer for a minute. Yes, please. All right, thank you. The Feame creative impact. I will first go on introducing the members of the table. As you can see, we have in our midst Antinde Yasin Seka, who is a former National Assembly member. She is part of the speakers. And then we have Abu Bakar Gilen, an entrepreneur who explores many aspects of life as well. So we'll have some insights from these people who will give you a brief recap of what you are up for in life or what they went through, which you can also follow suit, right? So I think we will start with Antinde, who will give you a speech regarding leadership. So, whenever we say leadership, we all know the focus is okay, a leadership, but who is a leader? So we want you to keenly listen to what she has to say, how she will say what she can, what she has to say about all those perspectives, right? So I'll give you a brief description of what of her biography. Like they said, we have our, as you can see her sitting, it doesn't mean like because she can't see, so her comfort won't defy. No, she changed that narrative to redefine herself. She went through a lot just to get to where she was and to where she is now. So like I earlier mentioned, her name is Ndeyasin Sala, or Seka, to be precise, from Banjul, born in 1968, January 19. She is married with 2 kids, Uh, she went to Kampama Lower Basic for the blind back then St. Joseph High School, passed through the common entrance in 1983, and then she also did the WAS, AC, and GEL exam language, French, IRK, history, health, science, and typing. Then higher education, 1992, Royal London Society for the Blind, Dottin College. She was employed back then in 1990 to 1994 at Social Welfare Department under Social Welfare as an assistant. Then in 1994 to 1997, Radio Gambia. 97 to 2010, she was still at Radio Gambia as an assistant producer. So by 2012 to 2017, she's a senior producer at Radio Gambia. And 2017 to 2022, she was at the National Assembly as a nominated member. So she's an active member of GOVI. And then also 1991 represented Gambia at the Antenna Union of the Blind, General Assembly of the Blind Women, presented paper on status of VI the sixth woman in the Gambia, Nairobi, Kenya. Then also in Ghana, Africa Forum for Women. So by 1993, she represented the Gambia and also presented the paper organized awareness project in the Gambia, which is a craft empowerment. So 95 to 97 again, the projects for women in the Gambia, again by 2008, World Blind Union Congress in Switzerland. So these are some few. I think if at all we want to go through Antinde Yasin's paper, we will take much of your time. So we will just allow Antinde to go through, like I said, the scope of leadership. You listen keenly, maybe draw out some questions if you have any for her, and then we will allow you a particular status where you can ask questions and she will be able to answer your questions, inshallah. Thank you for your kind attention.
Assalamu alaikum to you all. I'm really much delighted to be here today to talk to you, because I think we are all, or most of us, wants to be future leaders. And I would like this gathering to be as interactive as possible. Because if we make it interactive, that is the time that we will be able to know who knows what and what will be better for us. Because we are all saying here that a better Gambia is possible. Or, excuse me. As I said, I would like this gathering to be more interactive, because we are talking about leadership. And I think some of us are leaders already, either at home or in our schools or in our associations, because those are the only three things that we have. You either be a leader at home, especially if the father and mother is not around, the parents are not around, and then maybe you will be the elder. Obviously, you will be the leader. The problem we have here is that our people don't tell us how a leader should be. That is our problem. But here we are all talking about leader, 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 leader. Leadership can be either positive or negative. So the type of leaders we need, we all know. And then who can tell me the type of leaders that we have as far as leadership is concerned? Does anybody have an idea on the types of leaders that we have? Number one? Pardon? Charismatic leader. And how would that leader be if you say that he or she is a charismatic leader? So what do you think that leader should be? How? what would be his or her attitude? Mm. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. So normally what if you train him or her, obviously he or she will become a leader. That is when we say charismatic. But a charismatic leader is a leader that we think that uh, can go with everybody. Is charismatic. If you see him or her, you will love to be with her. Or he or she will be attractive. Any other? Democratic. So what is a democratic leader? Huh? Yes. You know democracy is for, by, and with the people. It's for the people, of the people, by the people, and with the people. So obviously, democratic leadership should be for everybody. And then I don't know. I will come back. Any other type of leadership? Autocratic leader. And how would that be? Yes. Just he does not allow anybody to make a decision. He or she is the only one who thinks that his or her decision should be. So, is there any other one? How about laissez-faire? Laissez-faire is a French word. Laissez-faire, can anybody tell me what laissez-faire means? Who is a French student here? Huh? Yes. There is a word in English when we say a knife, somebody who is naive, who thinks that everybody is okay, everything is okay, no matter what. Even like there are some parents who sit and whatever their children tell them, they will say yes. They will not even argue. So is that the type of leadership that we need? No. So obviously no. And I concur with you that no, that is not the type of leadership that we need. Any other one? Huh? Yes. What is that type of leadership? Yes. Yes, I agree with you. So in all these leadership, these types of leadership that we talk about, which is the best? Huh? You need to combine all. You need to be a laissez-faire, you need to be autocratic, you need to be democratic, you need to be... You bring them all together. Uh-huh. Bring them together. So when that happens, what type of leadership do we have then? When you bring them all together, like if you are washing, you bring the whites, the blues, the blacks, and then you put them all in one pan. Uh-huh. Yes.
I think I would actually come over.
Uh-huh. Yes.
I think it depends on the situation. Every leadership style depends on the situation. But so some leadership style may not be really like the style of leadership.
Exactly.
Because the style of leadership is absolutely taking charge of almost all the affairs of people. They will decide for them. They might decide for them what is the study, when we get married,
Yes,
when we
yes.
get married, and all that. That leadership style, I don't think is one of the leadership styles that any state should take. One of the examples of one of the countries that actually exercising this very Victoria.
Uh-huh.
And other leadership styles is happening in Victoria.
Yes.
But having all these leadership combined, be it autocratic, democratic, or laissez-faire, in situations, I think I would agree with you.
Yeah,
A leader should have the high degree of habit that you would actually display any leadership style based on the conditions, based on the demand, and based on the time when you actually exercise that style of leadership.
I agree with you because two heads are better than one. But the other thing, not to fall in a hot soup, is try whether it is possible for you when something happens, when a decision comes. Because, example, you are the leader of an association. And when we say, just like there was a story when was the chicken and the fox. You know, when they were invited in a dinner, they put the food in a long box where you know that the fox cannot put his mouth. It was the chicken which can put its mouth and take the food. So you will know that who will enjoy. And if you are a leader, not enjoy but benefit, everybody should benefit. So if you are a leader, what kind of leadership would you take that will make everybody to benefit? Democracy. Everybody is talking about democracy. Even the West is not taking democracy as it should be.
I disagree with democracy.
Do you agree with me? Even the West, even if the democracy is the best, but the West is not democratic as it should be, although they are imposing it on us to be democratic. And how democratic are they? How democratic are they? They are not very democratic. So for me, talking about democracy every time, they are imposing democracy on us. But is democracy the best thing for us? Or if democracy is the best for us, are we trained on how to go about democracy? We are not. We don't know much about democracy. That is why you go to the social media, you hear people insulting people, and then you ask them, they are saying that now we are in a democratic war. So is that democracy? Me insulting, just think about it. You call me here to come and talk, and they tell me, I tell you, don't talk. Whatever I say, don't talk. And then I started insulting everybody here. Would that continue? So would that be democracy? That is not. So what kind of democracy do we need? What kind of leadership do we need? Example, here we are in this country now. What type of leaders do we have? Is it that the leaders that do what they want to do and they don't inform the Gambians? That is what is happening. Is it a leader that takes decision on his or her own? Or is it a leader that is forcing us to do what we don't want to do? And who brought them as leaders? We brought them here as leaders. So when that happens, what are we going to do? If we want to say no, and even we do the right thing, that is writing our permission, writing our letters, seeking permission, they will say no. Is that democracy? So what kind of leadership do we need? Can we come up with a word of where we know that that democracy is what everybody needs, especially in the world or in the Gambia where we are now? Look at democracy, democracy, democracy. Everybody is saying democracy. Some people will say democracy. Some people will say any other, we give it any other word that you think. And if you go to the West, the same thing. You will not even hear them talking about democracy. But they are governing as they want, and their people are following. Sometimes their people will say no. And why do they impose to us that in our constitution, we say people should demonstrate? But are we demonstrating? If we demonstrate, we will see what is happening in this country. And sometimes the West, they demonstrate and nothing happens. So what is wrong with them training us or sensitizing us to know the type of leadership that we need? And look at what is happening. Our boys, our girls are still going to the back way. Even if they are to die, they will go. Why? Is it the leadership? The hardship. If you say the hardship, what causes the hardship? It's the leadership that causes the hardship. Leadership, I think if you say leadership, we need an environment where you know that ownership is there. Ownership. If you have a problem, everybody will know that we have a problem in this Gambia. If we want to solve it, everybody will know that we want to solve it. If we want to know how to solve it, everybody will know how to solve it. We open the radios, open the televisions, the newspapers. Sometimes the journalist will come up with something, and that person will be fished out and taken to detention. Nobody will know where he or she is until they are ready with him or her. Is that the leadership that we need? May I know what type of leadership do we need here in this country? I've started it. May I know the leadership that we need? Huh? A leader that should listen. A leader that should entertain everybody. Not everybody. We are not all the same. Look at me. I am not like you, and I'm here standing talking to you. So, if you happen to be a leader, I think you are coming up with your strategy, with your plan, with your work strategy, and then your work plan. Obviously, you must not sit in your office under that AC, just draw something. Who will know what you draw? Even what we are saying here, we are speaking English. And if we want our people to know the type of leadership, we must go to our languages. We are calling it local languages, but it is not local, it's our language. We should respect our language, and we say other languages, not local. What is local about it? Our parents are speaking those languages. Since when we were born, we are hearing those languages and other language from nowhere coming, and we are honoring that language. Forgetting about our languages, the Mandingos, the Wolofs, the Fullers, the Jolas, the Sarahules, you name them. National Assembly. That is why whatever happens, our people will not react. It's because they don't know what is happening. They don't know what is happening. And if they happen to know, example, the budget. Nobody is talking about our budget. And we know that sometimes the budget is not for us. It's for only few people who will enjoy. Let me give you an example. Osusu. If we all belong to one Osusu, and we are supposed to contribute for Mr. A or Mr. B, so everybody got his or her own, and Mr. B did not get his or her own, or that person did not contribute, what will happen? There will be a noise. But here in this country, the taxpayers' money is being used as however we want it to be. However they want it to be. And what about however we want it to be? Look at going to the market. Everything is expensive. Fish that you knew that used to be $300-400 or sometimes less than $100. It's now $500 if you need a good fish. And nobody is talking. What is wrong with us? Is that I am not blaming anybody, but we don't know. We don't know. And I just don't know. I think it's the foundation that was built in this country. And it's all because of leadership. The foundation that was built in this country never come up with a concrete civic education. They will teach us how to speak good English language. English language is nothing but a language. I would have been happy if we say we are going to do it in the local language where we invite everybody to come and sit and then we listen. But everybody wants things to be said in English language. And how many Gambians, how many average Gambians can speak English language? What about if you want the news to be heard? It will come in all languages. Go to GRTS. All the languages that they want people to understand, they will speak to that language. They will speak to English. They will speak to Mandinka, Wolof, Fula, Jola, Sarahule. And every week, they have a serial magazine program. And they have a Manjago talk show. So, what is preventing the average Gambians to speak our language? Go to Senegal. Go to Senegal, even in their National Assembly, they speak our language. I am not in to say local language. Let us stop talking about local language, whoever is doing it as from today. Please don't forget. Let us take the language as our own, the languages we have in this country as our own. Other languages are not our own. French, Chinese, you name them. They are good. It's true. I'm not condemning them totally. They are good for communication. But our languages will help us to develop our country. Some people in the National Assembly, they don't have good vocabulary of speaking English. That is why, since time immemorial, they will be in their sitting and keep quiet. If you put them in the committee, when we go on meetings, most of us will talk and most of us will keep quiet because they don't know what we are saying. Nobody should blame them. They don't know what to say and they don't know how things are to be. So it's all because of leadership. Leadership is very sensitive. Leadership is what brings our country to development and is what will take our country to backwardness. So, if you are a leader and you want to become a leader, make sure that everybody is involved. Be a white-headed leader. Don't be a narrow-minded leader. Some leaders, the moment they are leaders, they forget about the rest. Even their children, hey, I'm busy. Hey, I'm busy. Hey, I'm busy. And when you come, you go to them. You did not remind me. What is wrong with me reminding you? I have my diary. Why not I put it there instead of waiting for you to come and ask you about what I told you? That is not a good leader. A good leader should have a recorder where you will know that you record everything. A good leader should create a time to be able to go out and see what is happening in those people that you lead. A good leader should listen, have a very good listening habit. Even if you don't understand, don't be arrogant to say, I do not understand. What do you mean? What do you want me to do? How can I do it? Look at Nelson Mandela. Even that time before he left, nobody wanted him to leave. We have good leaders, but we have rotten leaders as well. Excuse my language. But leadership is what I need. I want it in my heart. That is why whoever asks me to talk about leader, I will come and we talk about leader. A good leader. Let me tell you this. When I was in my organization, if we are saying that we are raising funds, I will tell my board member, my organizing member, that we are the first person to contribute. Whoever has $50, including myself. If they contribute $50, I will contribute $50. Do you know why? Because if I say I'm contributing $100, some of them will feel that they don't have it. So be with them, be down to earth with them. Whatever they do, you do it with them. Whatever they say, even if you are busy, try to create ownership where you know that you involve everybody and everybody will join. If I cannot represent, I will say, Mohammed, I cannot represent. Please go and represent these people for me. so that you will be able to represent everywhere. Because, do you know what is bad? You invite me, I cannot represent, and I did not send anybody to come. What will that tell you? Wouldn't that be very, very, very hard to you? It will be difficult. I invited him or her, but she did not come, and she didn't send anybody. I had people complaining about it. Sometimes they invite me. I thank God because I like it, and I always follow everything as far as leadership is concerned. But people don't do that. The moment you are a director, I'm a director, I have my vehicle, I can go to anywhere I need. Now you are invited. Like this organization, what is the name of this organization? Huh? Friends. Feame. Yes. Feame invites me. President's office invites me. Local government office invites me. Obviously, I will say, thanks, they don't have issues. Let me drop them. Maybe where I will go is, can you presume where I am going to? To the president's office. And I forget about I forget about Feame, I forget about the local government office. So I'll go to the president's office. And guess what? Even if I am going there, when you write to me, obviously I should respond. But what happens in this country? You will write and you will not be responded. That is a big insult as far as leadership is concerned. Whoever does that to you and needs your vote, don't vote for them. When they come back to you, don't vote for them. Look for those who you think that if you tell them that you need them, when they come, you vote for them. The problem we have here in this country is that we only use our voters' card as a playing marble. And voters' cards are very, very important. That is where we look for leadership, a good leadership. Good, better, best. Me, I will go for the best leader. The best leader is the leader that listens, is the best leader that think about you. If you have a problem, they will go. When I was at the National Assembly, and some people were arrested. Before, when Jammeh was here, people used to be arrested for begging and for doing all what that. So they were arrested. I was the only one who went to rescue them. If you say, hey, I'm going to focus on them, they will say, you are not, and at night they will come for you. Who will come for you? When I went there, I told them categorically clear that we have a very unfortunate regime. The regime that we have is very unfortunate. How can you see somebody begging? You are not giving that person anything, and you are arresting them, telling them that they should stay at home. I think some of you, not most of you, but some of you must hear that persons with disabilities used to be arrested for begging, that they should not beg in this country. You know what? When we were there, I fought until we got the Disability Act. Who will arrest them now? Nobody. Because the Disability Act is there. And I am the only woman who was there. I'm the only person with disabilities who was there to fight for that. During the national program that we used to have with the president, anytime I talk to the president, I know the president will not want to hear that. I always tell him, what about the Disability Act? That's the only thing. If you see me talking in his ear, that is the only thing that I will tell him. What about the act? When is our act? How shall we get our act? And there was a minister. By that time we were under the Minister of Health. There was a minister who even did not want to hear me saying that. Sometimes if I go to his office, she will be so acting as she is busy. But when I started my advocacy, the act was there. And I thank God for that. Now we have the act. The problem we have is that I am no more there. To implement the act is the problem. And then to come up with what we need for the act, for people to know, is a problem. Because I cannot do it anymore. I am no more there. But the only thing that I can do is wherever I go, I will talk about it. And any National Assembly member I meet, I will talk to them about it. This is how a leader should be. A leader, it's true that you can look for yourself, because if you are not well, you will not be able to do anything. Think about yourself, what to eat, what to drink, how to go about, what is your rest time. You need all those things. Come up with, may I know what you should come up if you want to do that? If you have time for rest, if you have time for it, if you want to have time to walk, what will you come up with? Huh? To write it down. How do we call that? How you would manage your life? How would you call that? Huh? Your schedules. Come up with your program schedules. There must be time. All work and no rest makes Jack a dull boy, or no play. I don't know how they say it. But all play and no work makes also makes Jack a dull boy. So no, I think if you want to be a good leadership, research, make a good research and read about leadership. My friends, let me tell you this: being a scientist is what we need. But what do you think they did? They assemble everything so that people will be able to read science. People will be able to read medicine. Because to overdose yourself, is that what you need? No, you cannot overdose yourself. When you go to the hospital, they will give you medications and tell you how to use it. There must be timetable for everything. Nothing should be extravagant and nothing should be small. Let's try to be as moderate as possible. A leader should be a moderate person. Don't do things too much. Because too much of everything is not what we need in this world. And a small thing, everything being so small is also not what we need. We always need to be moderate. We need to be moderate as a leader. If you say that, I want to do this, but I am not good at it, tell me to go and look at what is good for me or what is good for everybody. We put you there. But the other problem we have is that somebody is not good for talking and you put that person there. Sometimes I listen to the radio and some people will talk or they want to entertain people. You will obviously know that this person is not a good entertainer. He or she cannot entertain. Or if you want to be entertained, you go and learn. Learning also is something very good for a good leader. If you want to be a good leader, learn, listen. Let those two things be your priority. Then after, and prioritize everything. Everything should be prioritized. Like you want to climb a step and you want to start from up. After you are down and you want to start climbing from up, do you think that will be possible? It will never possible. That is the problem that we have in this Gambia. Fat. Even if you talk to person, they will say fat. I'll tell them, man, I'm not fatting. Please. Let's go easy. Let us go easy and do things as it should be. And the other thing that is very, 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 very crucial, that is very important, is to be truthful. Let's be truthful. If I cannot work for you, I will automatically tell you that I cannot do it. But you call me, I say, yes, it's almost ready. It will be ready. I had that problem today because I gave my thing to the tailor to sew for me. Yesterday I went to him, he gave it to me, it was tight and short. I did not like the way it was. I returned it back to him. I told him, this is not what I told you. I told you that it should be long and it should be free. Just lose it. He said, yes. I asked him, when would it be ready? He said, tomorrow. No, he said yesterday. He said yesterday, 11 o'clock. I went there. The shop was closed. So I called him. He said, yes, the shop is closed. You know, I had an issue. That's why I couldn't. But please, Mom, forgive me until tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock. I said, okay. In the morning, before I do anything, I call him. Are you sure that at 9 I will get I will get my things? He said, yes. You'll get it. Yes, you will get it. At 9 o'clock, I went. The shop was closed. Just imagine. I called that person who took me there. And do you know what he told the person? Everything is ready. I am here sitting, waiting for him, waiting for her. And when that person called me, I said, I am here at the door. And the door is closed. Tell him that he is excuse my word, he is a big liar. And if you are looking for somebody who can lie, he is the first one that we are looking for. So we should be truthful. We should be truthful if you want to have a developed country or developed association. Because if you have a developed country, everything will be developed. Look at how things are. Some person will tell you it is blue after it is yellow or it is red. Yeah, no, blue and red, they are the same. Am I not right? They will just want to pretend that blue and red is the same. And this is what is happening in this country. We all know that this is what is happening in this country. And if a leader is a liar, how would it be? May I know with your honest opinions, if a leader does not speak the truth, if a leader is not sincere, if a leader is not honest, what will happen to us? What will happen? If I want to eat and you tell me that at 6 o'clock you will eat, and I withdraw everything, I will eat at 6. I will eat at 6 and come there and see that there is nothing there. What will happen? It happens for 2-3 days. That person may die. Not so. And look at what is happening. Our people leaving this country just to leave the country. You were born in the country, brought up in the country. It's true that everybody knows that this journey is not a good journey. But still people are going. We all advocate for the journey, that the journey is not the good journey. But even parents are going with their kids. Look at what had happened. I think on the social media we have all seen the last boat that capsized, and it's not far from the Gambia. So what is it? Is that things are not going the right way. People are no more speaking the truth. People are no more sincere. People are no more honest. And honesty is a virtue. We need to be honest. We need to speak the truth if you want to be a good leader. You can be a leader and you don't speak the truth, and people will not want to talk to you, but they will say this Maslaha syndrome. This Maslaha syndrome also is doing something that I cannot understand. The Maslaha, you did something wrong to me, and I come to you, yes, it's good, no problem. Okay, yes. You will not even want to tell the person what he did to you. He will do it once and survive. Second time, survive. Third time, survive. What do you think? It will continue. I don't mind this person, whatever you do to him or her is okay. That's not the truth. Even parents are trying to teach our children to tell lies. There was a time when I went to visit my friend. These Bechek people, you know the Bechek. Yeah. Yes, the Bechek came to the mother, and the boy is about 4-5 years, and then the mother said, "Tell the Bechek that I am not here." Then he went, and the Bechek asked, "Where is your mother?" He said, "My mother said, let me tell you that he's not here." My mother said, he's inside, but he said, let me tell you that he is not here. And I told him, don't beat him, because you want him to tell lies, and he did not tell lies. So please don't beat him. Don't beat him. Because sometimes we are training our children to tell lies. Because if you know that what you are telling him is not true, or if I am not here, sit here, whatever happens, when I come, you tell me. That is what is happening. During our time, our parents will, if you try to explain to things, they will say, I'm not asking you, Lajumala. Don't talk. I don't want to hear what had happened when I was away. So this is how things should be. Things have changed now. What changes it? Insincerity. Insincerity changes it. And not being truthful changes it. No matter what. Even if you are about to die, try and speak the truth. If you speak the truth, Allah subhanahu will help you. Because you wanted to fall down, something happened, you made a mistake, and you spoke the truth, Allah will intervene. Allah always goes with the truth people, the truthful people, those who speaks the truth. Allah goes with the realistic. That is another thing. When you say it's A, let it be A. But you said it is A, and I put everything, it's A everywhere. Write a diary, it is A. Automatically I came to you and you told me, no, it's not A. Did I tell you that it is A? And you are the one who told me that it is A. And you else, if you get back to me, it will be a problem. And what would it create? It would create something. And that's something you all know. So I think the Gambians, we enjoy that something. We enjoy that something. Look at what had happened in 2016. Is that what we need in this country? And sometimes if we talk, we say we are not politicking. And politicking is the best thing. If you are saying you need development socially, economically, and politically, maybe the politics that is happening is a rotten politics. That is why we don't want it. But we need politics. Our leaders, our religious leaders were politicians, and they were very good politicians. Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was a politician. He was everything. And how was he? Up to now, we are all following him. Jesus was a politician. Why did Allah brought them here? Huh? This is what we need. If you say, you know what I built for you, I'm not doing it because of politics, but I am doing it because of development. And after development, after elections, you will forget about me until for 5 good years. Then if you know that it's almost time for elections, you start coming up with your boreholes, all those things, you name them, and just want to take my votes. I won't do it. I won't do it. And try to be a genuine leadership as well. A leadership should be as genuine as possible in all aspects. Whoever does wrong, let that person know that he or she did wrong. 2 wrongs never right. 2 wrongs never right. I do you something wrong, and then you also did something wrong to me. Where would the right thing comes from? That is very impossible. 2 wrongs are never right. Let one be wrong and the other be right. Even if you want to be I'm not an electrician, but 2 positives or 2 negatives will not go. And if all of us wants to be wrong, hey king, just leave him. He will know that I am worse than him. What you did to me, we are all human beings. We should come together and see how best we can solve these problems. But we all want to pay back. If you bite me, I will cut you. Do worse of what I did to you. How would it be? And it's our leaders who are doing it. Our leaders should train us to do good things. But they are not training us in all types of leadership. And you create your divide and rule program. Even if I am a family, we are the same mother and the same father, and I am not in favor of you, you will try to make us fight. Because we are father, we are brothers and sisters, or we are 2 brothers, or we are 2 sisters. Because I have seen some people who you know that they belong to different political parties, but they don't talk to each other. That sister lost a child, and the other sister did not go there. Why? These are very crucial things, but in the Gambia, they make it as if nothing happens. Hey, don't mind them, these people are talking politics. If you don't talk politics, what are we talking about? Hey, these people, just leave them. If we have something to think about, hey, people have a lot to talk about. Let us forget about this. Where are we then? And in the politicking, you are there. You don't want to leave the politics. And you are insulting politics. If one day politics insults you, you will regret. And we all see that is what is happening. You insult politics. I'm not politicking. Politics is not good. After you are politicking, as you are more than politics itself. politicking. And you are saying that you are not politicking. You want to destroy the country. You want to destroy people. People are no more together. Brothers and sisters are fighting. Husbands and wives are fighting. Because of what? Because of bad leadership. Now, I think I want to end here because I have other issues. I really need your apology. And I want you to beg your indulgence. I thank you very much for paying attention. And in conclusion, please write all these things in note, or you record it and you listen to it, and then you become a good leader. I don't have any hope in these present leaders, but you are coming. Maybe if in my graveyard, I will be there and hear that you are doing well. So my hopes and dreams are all in you. So not in this type of generation that where we are, because you all know what is happening. You are leaders. Try to read. Try to be as civic as possible. Build a strong foundation as far as civic education is concerned. Come up with realistic thinking. Be genuine. Be positive. Sometimes it's not bad to be negative, but not always. But in a very, 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 very genuine and gentle and calm way that will take us where we want to be. Together we are, but united we are not. Let's practice, let's not practice heartless. Let us come with a soft heart. Come up with soft heart. Know that whatever is painful to you is painful to others. And try to think that if a leader thinks like that, things will work and we will have a very good governance towards our midst. And that is what we need. And I want you to take this up. Everybody knows something, but nobody knows everything. I thank you all.
Thank you very much, Adile. So,
good morning, everyone. My name is Bintu Dora. My question, Antinde, from Mr. here who was reading about your biography, I had something that you are from, or you attended St. Joseph's. So I want to hear about your story as a Josephine when you were in St. Joseph's.
Using should be special. I had my braille note taker. I had my recorder, so that I'll be nothing will escape me. That is why our teacher, when they come up with my report card, they used to say that my head is just like a tape recorder, because it's what they put, the question they ask is the same answer that I'll give them. So they used to put that on my report card. The subjects were the same. You know, in the Gambia, that is what I am saying. That is why I am saying that everybody should be represented. If you are a good a leader, everybody must be represented. Don't underrate the potentialities and capabilities of people. If you ask everybody to present, create ownership, then you will know. You know, you did not know how we are trained. We go to education, everything. Well, the subjects and everything. I used to do the subjects with my fellow students that had no problem. I was an arts teacher, but later an arts student. I was an art student. I had my diagrams. I was able to draw diagrams. I was doing health science. When in my lower class, in my lower form, I was doing, you know, science. You start with science, you talk about physics, chemistry, and biology. And I was doing all those things. So if you are about to go to your other forms, you know, you will divide where you want to go, what you want to specialize. I wanted to specialize in arts because I like arts, like crocheting, knitting, sewing, you know, weaving, and those I cannot get them anywhere but in arts. That's why I did arts. But apart from arts, you know, I was able to do other I was able to specialize on all of what I like those subjects. Cooking, cooking is an art, and then I was a very good typist. Very good typist. I know most of you, when typing, you will look at the keys, and you should not look at the keys. You should master the keys. That is why visually impaired will be the best typist to all of you. Whoever has sight, the visually impaired people are the best typists. Because if you are able to know your ASDFGs, your colon HHJH, you will be able to type as what. That is why when I was in GRTS, if I want to go home, my boss, Auntie Sarah, will tell me, sit and type this. I know you will type it quick. There was a day when I was so tired, I told her I'm going home. Then she said, no, sit and help me. You know, that day I didn't want to do it. So I just bent my head, wanted to go out. He said, I saw you, you are going out, please sit and help me. So these are the things that I really, if you have to try and bring up persons with disabilities in your midst, try to bring up, but if you say disabilities is not only one aspect. Disabilities varies. Don't talk about physically challenged. Physically challenged is only one aspect. So if you say people with disabilities, then you are covering everybody. Because if you talk about physically challenged only, you are talking about those on wheelchairs and those whose hands are not good, you name them. But if you talk about disability in general, you are including everybody. And those people, you know, I was saying something to the West, but in this time around, that is why I'm saying that to be a genuine somebody is one we need. This time around, persons with disabilities in the West are better than persons with disabilities in Africa, because they provide everything. I can even play the Ludo, I can play the word card, I can, all types of games that we have. If it is special, I can do it with you. But you know that is not what is happening in this country. So my schooling, I did well. My teachers helped me, my principals and my vice principals, because they know that I was bright. So they all used to call me Nelly, bright lady. Thank you for that. Does that answer your question?
Good morning, everyone. My name is Fatu Asim. Auntie, I wanted to ask, because when he was reading your bio, he said you were once a National Assembly member. So as a visually impaired person, what were the struggles that you encountered or faced in reaching out to your people, as some may look down on you as somebody that is not fully visual, or somebody with disability?
What I wanted to leave, that legacy that I wanted to leave, was the act. And sometimes they forget about it. Even if I put it in the minutes, they forget about it. They wanted to forget about it, and because there was a time when we had a meeting, it was on the agenda, and then they treated all the agendas except that one. So when they were about to leave, I told them, what about the Disability Act? It's on the agenda. They said, oh, no, we are begging you, please forget about it until our next meeting. You know what I did? I went to the secretary in the library and told him, the librarian, Mr. Diba, I told him, Mr. Diba, we were making some research. Please, I know these people are not ready to help us. Please let us go to the research on persons with disability. That is what I did. That was how it was. And I went to my people and advocate so that they can help me, so that we can pass the bill and we can take it to the president to sign it, to accept it. And you know, those are the problems that I had. If you say something and they don't want to talk about it, they pretend to forget. But for me, I was so strong-headed, even when I was in school. What I want to happen, I make sure that it happens, if it is not bad. Because you see, this act is for us. Even if I am no more, it is there. So we all try to make sure that we come up with a good legacy, which you know that it is for the whole Gambia, to the advantages of all of us. Does that answer your question? Thank you. To be honest, I am so occupied, but I say I must come to you and then talk to you. So time is no more on my side, so I am begging to leave until next time. And I want to be a member, so I don't know. I am old now. I cannot be. I cannot be a member now because I am old. But if you need my advice, Mohammed will get in touch So when the need arises, we can even have another time where you know that we sit together and chat, because that is the way forward that we can make things work better. So let's try to make things work better. Wherever you are, try to make things work better. Don't be selfish. Let's try to be as selfless as possible. That is the only thing that will take us away. Thank you very much.
Good morning, good afternoon. You guys, some of you came since in the morning, huh? And we really apologize for the late start. What we should have done in the beginning is what we are about to do now, because one of our speaker is a person with disability, so we have to cater her in to make sure she present her topic and also excuse her for that matter as well. So we try to understand and give her the floor as soon as she's here, so that she can leave and go on to attend other engagements. So I should be sitting down, but I'm a talkative, I cannot sit down. So good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, everybody. Good. I am Binta Sise. I am the founder of the Feame Impact. The name is Feame, not farm, not Feame, not Feame. It's Feame. It's a wall of word meaning creative. Often you hear people say, "Jigen, never what about Feame?" That's the word. So, being creative in everything that you are trying to do, the creativity is what sets you apart as an individual, as a project, or as a project manager. I, as an individual, has always been passionate about volunteerism. I have volunteered more than 2 decades now, and I'm still on it. Feame started as a passion, something that I've nurtured over the years. By the time I was a young girl, going to school, watching and attending peer health activities, engaging in some of the school activities that we have in our various schools and communities. We sat down as a team, I and my partner, say, what can we do for these young people? What can we do for our fellow sisters and brothers as individuals, as responsible members of a community? What can we do to ignite change in our various communities? This is how we brainstormed, came together, and we launched the Feame Impact. So our English name is the Creative Impact. Like I said earlier, I am Binta Sise, and I am the founder. You are all welcome. Thank you for honoring our invitation from Newsatarians, the Patriots, all the individuals that are present here. We even have individuals that saw it on social media, and they are here with us today. It is an honor to have you all here. This, to be frank with you, is a dream come true. I started working on this conference since January, and it's almost 1 year now. We are just few days from New Year's. So it's something that I genuinely adore in my heart, something that I genuinely love, something that I want to do with our young people, with our members, with the people that are not even members, most importantly, with the opposite gender or the other gender. Often when we talk about menstruation and menstrual hygiene, people tend to shy away. Even women don't often talk about it. So what about men? So when we started, that was the question. Why are we having men on board? Everything that concerns women concerns men. And if we want to treat this issue of menstruation and menstrual hygiene to talk about it, we have to bring them on board. They are our fathers, they are our uncles, they are our brothers, they are our everything. So this is why we bring them on board. Even while the flyers were said, people were calling me, but is this thing, is men invited? Is men invited? I said, yes. At Feame, we don't segregate. Every single individual is concerned. If I should ask in this room, who among us here that are parents, either both male or female, talk to us about menstruation and menstrual hygiene before we actually started our menses? Please raise your hands up. Has your parent ever discussed menstruation and menstrual hygiene with you before you actually started mensing? Raise your hand up. One. Out of how many people? So this shows the gap, the knowledge gap, because we are still teaching menstruation and menstrual hygiene as a taboo topic in our various communities. This is where Feame comes in, to try to bridge that gap Let the young people have a safe space where they will discuss some of these things with us. This is how we came about, this is how we developed the topics that we are to discuss on. Many of the issues that young people face, mental health, menstrual hygiene, business, empowerment, or economic empowerment is a greater part of empowering younger people. When we talk about empowerment, we only leave it at one side, leadership and other things. But when you have a ground or a solid knowledge on how to be very useful, how to empower yourself, at the end of the month, we all have something that we buy as young girls. Not so. So you need that as well. Now, not very many people are that generous to be giving you all the time. You are a young girl, you are beautiful, they give you, you give them. But if you are independent, if you are very visionary, you start having your own things on your own, you start building your own institution, industries, everything on your own, you will be a very powerful individual. I want to give you a brief rundown. Like I said earlier, Feame means creative. So our English name is The Creative Impact. These are our social media handles. So this is everything that Feame is all about. We are dedicated to advocating for menstrual hygiene, providing mentorship, community service, and self-awareness training for men, women, girls, and girls in the Gambia. The organization aims to break the stigma of menstruation, empower women to take charge of their health, and foster personal growth and leadership skills among participants. Either you are a member or not, you are welcome to the Feame Impact. The reason why we encourage people to be members, there's a picture I want to show you. That was the first meeting we had. I'm far from my laptop. That was the first meeting we had as an organization. We had only 5 members. 5 people. I could have been discouraged and say, only 5 people, this is not really much. But that is not our vision as an organization. That is not our vision as a foundation. That is not our aim as an institution. Even if it is one person, we want to see it move. We want to be proud of any individual that comes here today, learn something, and go home with it. Run with it. Pay attention to the presentations that are happening here, and you will be well equipped at the end of the day. So what makes us unique? We have other organizations, we have other institutions, we have a lot of things going on in the Gambia, but every institution has a unique point. In business, we call it a unique selling point. That is what makes you different. We don't only do advocacy based on just talking. We use drama, poetry, and other artistic performance to create education and awareness. Because we have different types of learners, we have different types of educators. We have the readers, the visual learners, and the people that can do both of them. So you have to accommodate them. So why some people came with their presentation to project it, others came to speak to you directly, each and everyone with your unique gifting. This is why we have to accommodate each other and work as a team. Persons with disability, early this morning, one of our speakers, as an example. So we have to accommodate them. Because school is closed, we could not handle the other part of catering for them. But in our subsequent events, or even the events that transpired, they were there. So we should not leave them behind. Because they have a physical challenge doesn't mean that humanly they should not be part of us. So we advocate for them, we cater for them, we encourage them to be part of this discussion. Some of us can do a lot of things with our hand, alhamdulillah. But there are some of these people that are physically challenged. They cannot do certain things for themselves. So it becomes, if it is hard on us, it becomes twice as hard on those people. So this is why we include them as well. We went on our nationwide tour this year, which is a huge congratulations to I and my team and every member who was there. Please put your hands together for those people. Fanta is here. Fanta, yes. So she went with us to the nationwide tour. We went to Kaur and then few schools in Region 1. We will show you the video shortly. I'm not with the laptop because of where it is. So the picture you are seeing over there is one of the first activities we did. I don't know whether you are seeing, in collaboration with the YMCA Sea Defense Team. This is our skill training, our self-defense training. We are all aware that not even 2 weeks ago, a young girl was killed in the Bureau de Change. Crime rates in this country are increasing every single day. At that time last year, we deemed it fit to work with these people, 12 of them, on basic self-defense skills. How to defend yourself one-on-one, based either with your gender or the opposite gender. How to defend yourself when somebody is armed and you are not armed, which was a huge success, and we are really grateful for that. Come at the next slide. So, Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah, we were able to accomplish everything that is on this post, and which is the poster. While I have my laptop, I will show you the poster. So the menstrual hygiene campaign, the poster campaign, we are here at the All Guards Conference. The table you are seeing over there, it has been made by one of our participants, a Feame member who went through the training at my farm. How many of you know my farm? She went through the training and today she started her own business. This is what Feame is all about. To connect you to opportunities, to develop yourself, to grow yourself, to become better. You cannot empower someone if you are not empowered. In the sense, you cannot give what you do not have. So it has to start from us as individuals. She is our biggest pride today. She is the only one here present today, but we are very proud that at least someone is doing something with their life. If we empower one person every week, one person, before the year ends, how many people are that? It's a lot. So it starts from us, and it is our biggest pride that we see our members thrive. Next slide, come on. So this was the team that went to Kau. We have Fanta here. Unfortunately, he could not be here with us, Jara, myself, and Mohammed. We went to 6 different schools in Kau. Panchang, Balangar, Ngain. It was really a remarkable experience as we get to see some of the things that we have been hearing, or even had some of the things that we never thought existed in this country. It's very easy to be at your home, go, come back, go. But if you do not go out, you don't know what other people are going through. So this taught us a lot, and this greatly contributed to the development of our action plan 2025-2026. Come next month, we'll be releasing our action plan 2026 by the grace of God. And we are really proud of that as individuals. Next. Okay, before you go to that, since we started year before last, every single activity that we organized as an organization, as a foundation, have been self-funded by our members and myself. This is why I want you people to clap for every single person in this room, every Feame member, every executive. I can have the vision, I can start the movement, but if I do not have the support of other people, I might not have been here today. One person cannot run the show, but if you have the support of your team, you have the support of your members. If I tell you right now, we have 300 plus members on our WhatsApp page. 300 plus. They are all not here. Regardless, we move. Regardless, we move. Sometimes when things are coming on, people don't tend to follow suit. It might be because they don't believe it. It might be because they are yet to see what they want to see. Reasons are best known to individuals. Any individual that is here, do not take any single effort or impact as something that is small. Your impact is wide, is big, even if it is one person. We all see the size of a mosquito, right? Mosquito. If you Google how many people mosquitoes kill in a year, you will never call mosquito a small insect. Your impact is like that. Don't underestimate yourself. Even if it is one person, grow with them. help them, equip them. Anywhere I go, if I see Mariam, I will say, Kisuma participant, you know Kotilin. Very proudly. So there's a lot of activities that we did. A lot of activities that is done. I'll be showing you the pictures later and the videos. And we are really proud. In short, this is what Feame is all about. This is who we are. This is what we believe in. This is why we are taking a step to create more awareness and education on these various topics that our young people need. Everybody has a Great Work certificate. Everybody has a Grade 9 certificate. But what makes you different is these skills and these other educations that you acquire as an individual that will help boost you as a person. When it comes to public speaking, our next training will be on public speaking by the grace of God, because we also realize many people struggle with that, and we will help people to train. So I call all of you on board. Those that are members, those that are not members, come on board. Let's build this vision. I thank you all for listening, and it's a pleasure. Yeah. So these were the samples of our poster campaign. I will not want to bore you, but while Mohammed is speaking, would you want to speak now, or later you can come in?
Mohammed Toure. So I'll be taking you through some few things that we did in the past, should I say, during this year and before that. The question is, who are we defending ourselves from? Right? So but then I'll be like, okay, if the balance sheet is always focused on, okay, girls this, girl education, so then after the other party will now be redundant. I don't know whether you understand. Now we've seen what happens. Every guy just want to travel, but now only the guys are not looking for the way out. Even girls want to travel out. But now Feame is trying to change that narrative. We'll be like, okay, let's bring on board. I'm a deep thinker. I think a lot. Think in a sense that myself and her, like, I can have different thoughts. I can be sitting down and then be just brainstorming, like, ideas. So I'm more of an idealist. She's action oriented, and that's what our strengths are. I'm very good when it comes to writing. So sometimes people ask, what are you doing at the School of ICT? Because I'm an information system student. That's my major, instead of arts and science, right? Or better still, should we say in the arts field. But now, so we through Feame, we'll be like, okay, once he focused on the menstrual hygiene, particular perspective, I was like, that's where the skill, or that's where the training comes in. That's where the ethics, which we most of the time, like even in our classrooms today, I walk with my bag, for instance, have a can drink, or let's say a bottle of water, drink the water, I'm done with it. Now the question is, what next? What happened to the bottle after drinking? A typical Gambian will see a dustbin, but we all know what a typical Gambian will do. And then the question is always, man su ko fi sani wut ku ñew fay pour mu balé fi ni du am lu mo balé. You understand? So this is our thinking. So we think so narrowly that, okay, I need to make the place dirty so that, okay, they are paying Konate to sweep this place so that Konate can also sweep the place. But okay, if you just take that particular water, the bin is there, and then drop it in the bin, it won't kill you, isn't it? No harm. So it makes it easier. During our tour to Kaur, we understand the privilege and the balance in life within this particular sector. We only visited CRR not during that time. A long lost thing that I have not seen for a while was what I saw when I went to CRR. Earlier when we wake up, especially during this amateur, you know, you have that privilege of going. I'm not saying that majority, but like some. That was when you see a student coming to school, you know, with syllabus that are not the same. You can see that, okay, this literally is like, okay, somebody who just like Mohammed, them on school, and they just wore their uniform like pop, and that's it. The principal was like, I had to change the time in the morning because majority of the parents will come and collect their students in the classroom and ask them to go and have the kettles first before they have. So he was like, I had to then look. He said it was there for some time. He was like, he called it. He was like, you know what? Let's change the time. Now, what they call the parents, have a meeting with them. Okay, we will now allow you. So now instead of 8 o'clock in the morning, they shift the time to something around 9 or 10, so that the kids can go, and then they can also what finish the curriculum on time. Because if not, okay, 8 to 4 or 8 to 2, and the school is closed. Somebody that's meant to come to school by 8, the teacher is there by 8, and the students started coming by 10 or 11. Obviously, after 2, every teacher will say, I'm going home, whether you are done or not. Now, we want to change the narratives. Every young person is interested with the particular fact. If I grow up, I'm going to change the things. We need to change it. But when immediately I'm in that office, right, my mouth is shut. You know why? I said, when you are not there, it's easy for you to criticize. You know, when like for example, the cameraman will be like, it's just to hold the camera and then. But when he tells you the back pain he goes through to sit, for example, to edit that particular picture, for you to have the end product, you will listen to some of them. Like maybe Gillen will tell you he is into the entrepreneurship particular perspective and here and there. You realize that, well, I'm not bro. You know, there is no easy road. You see the end product, so to you that's easy. It's just on the camera, and that's the end of it. No, you have to go and sit, match that voice with the audio to make sure they come like with the video to make sure that it's perfect. Because there's somebody behind that will be like, he edit time about. There's not no the critics, and then when you are behind that, it's easy for you to criticize. Now, Feame want to change a lot of narratives. We want to change a lot of things, but we can't do it alone. We ask people to come on board. Sometimes you go to school, you come back, you knock on the door. Literally, sometimes I will tell them, you know what? I gave up on government agencies a long time ago. You know why? Because whenever you knock on a particular door, hoping that this door will be open, they will give you a green light. Okay, yes. You know, we programmed this thing way back in April, from April to May. I can remember May 9 and 10. I was telling Vida, you know, May 9. So she was like, why are you particular with May 9 and 10? I said, I want us to host this program. I want us to launch it at May 9 and 10. It would be easier. So she was like, Master, out of all the dates, why 9 and 10? It's like, okay. Now she couldn't realize. But then I was like, I want to coincide the launching with my birthday. You know, I was trying to back her with that so that I'll have an upper hand over her. So unfortunately, you know, some ministry were like, people might not even have it this year. So if you can recall back in the group, we keep on telling you we'll be hosting. So we'll come after office, like, you know what, let's communicate with the members. Let us realize that it's not feasible anymore. We do it with what we have on board. Right? So as you can see, that's our nationwide tour. I think the first picture there is Kaur. The first 6 pictures, that should be Kaur's upper and senior secondary school. I think, yes, the other picture down there is New Strat. That's the C defense program, right? So they said C. So unfortunately, the guys were excluded. So it was just for guys. No, the guy is always training. The only guy there was training, and the other guy that was there was me taking the pictures. So apart from taking pictures, we were not included. But next time we'll also do what we call he defend program, inshallah. We'll try as much as we, because we need to, nowadays we've seen that ladies are a bit tougher than some of these guys. Yeah, I've seen a woman that was beating the husband. So it's high time, we also start defending ourselves. So this one is they are the ones that went in the different program, a different skill training. So some of them were doing our meeting and our, I think, the sanitary pad making. So the sanitary pad making was, I think we started with gum pads. They really help a lot. And then these were people that I think Hollanders, yeah, they were from Holland, who taught us in how to make parts using materials we have at hand. And then I was like, okay, so which means we were like, and then they were using, I think that bag, the $5 bag that we bought from the shops. The one that looks like plastic actually. So they were using that one, I think, with some threads and some few materials to make parts, and it was as easier. I think some guys were there. You have Konate. Konate was part of them, and as usual, they used me in taking pictures. So me, I was not part of the training, but I was part of those taking the pictures. So the background media is always me, and I think yes, this was a sample made, as you can see. So we can say made in the Gambia. You can have a look. You can also touch, and then you can pass it. Actually, it's clean. Nothing happens to it. Not be used. So this was made by our people, those that went through the program, right? So then this was part of the capacity building training, like the picture in the middle. That's during our capacity building training we did. And then you have those that went, some of them are during our meetings. And then, yeah, I think that was at the beach. We usually have an open session meeting sometimes because we want to have an outdoor meeting instead of inside. So we do host some of our meetings outside. So just to, sometimes to be a little bit outside and connect.
But this meeting has impacted us as individuals, as people that are trying to do something. Yes. As people that are trying to do something.
So this was the presentation that the newsroom made. I also have another presentation on Gambia High. Newsroom is talking about bringing in clubs in schools that will strongly talk about menstruation and menstrual hygiene. While the Gambia High School students were talking about strengthening the gardening system, the gardens in our various schools. Often they are being funded by international organizations. Once they withdrew their funds, then the gardens will become dilapidated. So recently we saw that the USAID has drastically reduced, if not stopped funding in certain parts of the world, and the Gambia was sadly affected. So their team also was trying to come up with a better way of sustaining the school gardening system to help continue school feeding. Not many students in school systems can afford everyday lunch and everyday feeding. So we embarked on this with these two schools. Please put your hands together for Gambia High and Newsroom. It was really a great thing. Yes.
So yeah, like I earlier mentioned, our visit or our thought to it took a toll, but it also taught us a lot. We learn, we understand, and then we implement. So that's why at Feame we always like that we educate, we inspire. However, we always want to have that impact on people. So as part of the video, as the video you saw here, those from Jusod were Konate here, my guy, and then you have Isaka. So you can give him a round of applause for that wonderful. Yes, we are hoping that by next time, hopefully, we'll be shortlisted and even make it to the final, inshallah. So when that comes, that's a huge plus to Feame and that of the Gambia, inshallah. All right, and then I will say thank you for your time, and I appreciate your time for listening. Assalamu alaikum. Abubakar Gilen, a young enthusiastic writer, a poet, an entrepreneur. His zeal for societal growth is overwhelming. His doors are always open. Abubakar is always open for, like he said, his doors are always open for development that will grow humanity in business and poetry in general. He is the founder of Gilen Business Consulting, an organization that helps business to grow, guide, and also guide startups on how to start a business, develop strategic business plans, and also do practicals with business to access and assess their growth.
Cognomen. I am Yusuf Adabo by the name, and it is quite significant that I must also deliberate on this gargantuan point. Notwithstanding, when you look at what Binda have presented, some of the challenges that they face, I think one of the biggest problems we have as a country is that there are many youth organizations that are formed, and they have somehow, they share similar aims and objectives, but at some point, one of them or all of them have that collective problem. And that I said would be financial constraint. And many of these youth organizations that are formed, they somehow lack motivations from the governments and other NGOs. These youth movements that are coming up, they lack motivations, be it financial motivations, be it motivations in other aspects. You would agree with me that there are many organizations that are formed. They have many conferences, they have many seminars. But what is the impact of those seminars in our lives? Most of us, when we gather, and I always say these things very blatantly, that when we gathered at gatherings, what happened is that the youth, the ones that are promised to actually lead this country, would eat. Sometimes we focus on our foods. Sometimes we are just moving up and down like I will do sometimes. We don't understand what is discussed in those gatherings. What we are after is that we want the money and we want the food. Oh, of course, these things are important. But I think what is important is, for example, Mr. Gillen will soon present on entrepreneurial or business issues. What are we going to learn from that? How are we going to use that to transform ourselves? If we will continue these presentations and these conferences and then these seminars, we wouldn't go without actions. The government needs to come in and help the young people of this country. The other people, the NGOs and other related bodies should also come as well and help the young people. We cannot just be sitting down and having creative minds like this one, and then we're still not going. And tomorrow or day after tomorrow, somebody will say, wow, Binda have actually succeeded in trying to form an organization called the Feame organization, and unfortunately nothing goes. So other ones would form another organization, and organizations open. How many organizations, if you count, I beg your pardon, if you count how many organizations that are in the Gambia here, would be more than 100. Most of the youth organizations. And then the WhatsApp group, be about thousands of the people, but when call is made, only few respond, only few answer. What is the benefit? We must force open our hearts as one and come and actually embrace this collective interest of ours and try to sort out our differences. Our obligations have no interest or have no business when it comes to national concerns. And I will wrap it up with this one. Wherein this man made mention of something. My brother here, he said about littering. Littering is a big problem here. And I must say this thing. Last time I was from the university here, Carnegie here, and I was going home. And I did tell this to my colleagues. I met with a woman, she was in a vehicle, so I was teaching the driver not to pay the fare. And then the apprentice, was someone I was teasing. I was actually making some chances and pouring on him. I was making fun. But I would give him the fare. So I lied down, he said my fare. I said I don't have fare. So I gave him money and then I gave him his fare. Let's conclude that. Now when we entered the vehicle, we were going, this woman, she could be old enough to be an aunt to me, not a mother. Okay? So she was eating granite, and then after eating granite, she will throw the shells outside. And I'm allergic to that, to be honest with you. To be honest with you. If we want change, if we want development, we have to start with our own thoughts. Sometimes that's why when I speak, people say you are too fanatic, you are too autocratic. Well, let it be. I'm not apologetic to anybody, and I must make sure that we talk about this one. So what? I'm sorry, my brother. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. It's not intentional, just movement of this thing. So what happened? This woman, while she was eating, she would throw it, and I was uncomfortable about that. So I just touched her. Now, before I concluded, keep quiet, let me see it. I said, sure. She said, yes. What did I steal? She said, you want to actually escape. You want to avoid paying the driver's fare. I said, no, I didn't do. I was just making fun with the driver. So you know what she said? Like you said, Mr. Ture, she told me, sorry, that if I threw outside, KMC have people that they employ to actually clear the street. Look at this concept. That there are people that are there, that the state resource, the state money is used on those people to clean the environment. We could have used that money on other impact issues. We could have used that money to actually transform this country. And I told NECOF in this last NECOF conference they had, I told them, I said, before we organize NECOF of this nature, wherein all of us are youth with guarded, and that you have no restriction within us and the opposite gender, you have no restriction there. Look at how NECOF is organized. There's no restriction there. To be honest with you, I told them, I said, you rather give this money to the young people of this country, let them transform. Let them start up something that is meaningful to this country, rather than, trying to call conference and foods are prepared and everything. Sometimes it's good to chill, it's good to party, but as of right now, we don't need much party, we don't need much things, we need transformation, we need development. And I must conclude with this. I'm sorry to conclude, let me conclude, that when we gather here, we should not gather for the sake of gathering, we should not gather for the sake of food, although I like to eat. We should not gather for the sake of food, for the sake of money or whatever. We should gather on the interest that we want to transform this country for a better one. Thank you very much.
We have a culture in the Gambia here. We keep blaming the government. We keep blaming the government in the morning, in the evening, and at night. And they are not doing it. But we also have a responsibility. As he said, it starts with us. That's my point. Thank you. Madam, right? Good. You are my sister. It's a good thing anyway. Okay. As I said earlier, we all have that wish of being businessmen and women, or we are having those plans of being it, right? It's a good feeling, to be honest with you. It feels good to make money, right? It feels good to make changes, right? But I will advise, let us not only focus on the money. Let us not only focus on the money. There's always more to money that we can provide. Alright. Today we will be talking about entrepreneurship. From your own perspective, I want to understand, what do you know or what do you understand when you hear the word entrepreneurship? Go ahead. Pardon?
An entrepreneur is someone that is self-employed.
Okay. Another point. Go on. Who is? Okay, thank you. Another point. Yes, madam. Go on. Pardon? Yes, those points are really valid, and then you could tell that they are all part of the definition. Now, if you look at the board here, it briefly explains that. It briefly explains what the definition of an entrepreneur is. As you can see, one, you have to start, organize, and then run a business. Now, looking at Mariam here, she started with organizing, right? Now, what is she doing at the moment? Pardon? Pardon? Okay, looking at the definition and then looking at her position, does it tally? There's a saying that everything starts at a point. So you can't have the idea while you are not putting in the effort. You can't have the idea while you are not putting in the effort. So it has to start somewhere. I am standing in front of you today. I could say 4 years ago, I was also sitting in conferences like this and listening. Yeah, I was listening, I was learning. But today, I have the opportunity to stand before you and telling you about my experience. And then I'm also sharing my experience to you because I was doing like how you are doing at this point. It starts from somewhere. I didn't just wake up and then decide to do this and then that was it. No, it doesn't happen that way. Exactly. So it has to start somewhere. Now, it's good to start a business, yes. It's good to make money. It's good to make impact.
That involve a person taking part in trying to organize something, put resources together to start up something with the aim of making profit. That I would do.
Yeah, good. Thank you for that. You are welcome to this circle.
Thank you.
You are welcome. You are welcome. Another friend? All right, please, let me go.
Start and organize a business. Yeah. So adding the ship to it means owning, like someone who owns a business. You start a business, you organize, and you own it. That's my position.
Of making it broader for everybody to join.
Yeah, it's an entrepreneur, right? Now, entrepreneurship is talking about the system, the process that an individual takes, including risks, starting the idea that the person has, and then also running that particular idea, which will be in a form of business. It could be a good or service. Mariam, are you only offering products, or you also do offer services? Okay, services like, pardon? Training services. The choice is yours. But first, before starting this journey, there are certain things you need to have to be able to have you in a better position to start. And then whenever you start, you will always have the zeal to continue. Like Binta mentioned earlier, she said that they had challenges when it comes to this thing. The amount of people showing up. That, if I could remember very well, you mentioned that there was a particular meeting you experienced 5 people. 5 people were present. Okay, now, if she gave up on that, will all of us be here? No. We wouldn't have been here. Her mind was on the vision, and that is what is making her. Of course, that is what is making her growing every day. Hadn't been she gave up, it wouldn't have been in this position today. So no matter what you do, honestly, the journey of entrepreneurship is not easy. She will share her challenges with us. It's not easy, to be honest with you. As Mohammed said earlier, sometimes when people present certain things to you, you feel like, okay, maybe that's why you're back, because that is the final product that you see. Could you imagine yesterday? I was about to take back, and I forgot something very important that I needed to take along when I was going to the battle, because I have stuff to do, and I was so focused to the extent that I forgot. She told me that she contacted me like 2 days before. what I needed to do is I had to make sure everything that I needed to do to be here. One, there was love for it. I'm someone who does what I love. I don't joke with it. I try to make sure every day when I wake up, I do it. I have a specific page that I normally share contents there. In November, I did that challenge of starting it from November 1st to 30th of November. I didn't stop. It was constantly sharing content to the people around there for them to learn. Of course, there will be this you like, it happens, it's all right. I believe you can attest to that in your job places. And you as well. Are you a student or you are working? You are a student. Okay. Sometimes you feel like not to go to school. Okay, you see, such happens. Such happens. We all feel it. But put your mind on the goal. Put your mind on the goal. So that will make things so much easier for you to do whatever you need to do, and then make sure that with time you will read there and do what you have to do, and be that person that you yearn to, be that person that you plan to, not the person that others want to for you to be. It doesn't work that way. If you look at these qualities, these are one of the major qualities that an entrepreneur should have. One, it says creativity and innovation. However, in your business, okay, if you look at the project over there, it says that number one says creativity and innovation. It says ability to generate new ideas or improve existing products, new processes to make sure that you maintain this or improve the standard in us.
Well, the creativity that I needed was I attended the training. Still now, I'm still attending the training classes. And then we did this during summer. It came during the summer classes, and then normally all the videos that we see, they normally have this. Some will have certain products, the other one will not have it. So I decided to combine everything to give it that. I needed to have more nutrients in it so that every customer they see it will be like this one have more nutrients than the other one. They always go for the other one. I have to add my own other stuff to it so they can all take it. And then I was also considering like we have normally in our African home in Mandinkan.
Of course, you can go.
Okay.
As the lady said, sorry, I would say as so it's better we communicate. In fact, if there's no understanding, there's no communication, right? I believe you all agree with me on that.
Yes.
So whether it's English, Wolof, or any other language that you feel comfortable with, I believe many of us here will understand. And if there's need for translation, I guess we can be in touch on that for better understanding. Because the goal here is for us to understand. I cannot talk here and you don't understand. I will not feel good about it. What I want is for you to understand. So feel free.
And then normally, nim dinungal tara favorite 6 months. Ngaya le parents olika domoro dila food that they should not take. Ega yamoy futara kika penkuliare ngo dila wala mano thing. So we decided to come with this cereals. The cereal delay me anko dinu isa dilano as far as after 6 months, and also there is no age limit. Dinu after 6 months, domol ayanta asulata domol Feame lamang ka domol jaro wala sa den the cereal nari, and dinu asulata mimbela na ka kono pura I healthy fana.
Can you give her a round of applause? Oh, were you not hearing what she was saying, or? Okay, the volume was low. Well, I will narrate the story. Okay, she was saying that, sometimes you see in our homes, kids, I would say, babies, I would say, they need certain food at a specific period of time. I believe you as a lady, you know that very well. So, giving those kids or giving those babies that particular food at that period of time is very important. You will realize that if you give them that food or this thing, that food at the wrong time, it might affect them. Of course, because there is need for it for you to give it to them at a particular point. For instance, let's assume you at 2 years. Sorry, I'm sorry saying this. Okay, let's assume that you are 2 years, and then she's 10 years. You know there's a particular type of food for you when you are at that age, right? And then she also needs a particular food at her age. Now, you eating her food, is that favorable? No. Her eating your food, is that favorable? Good. So if you look at it, there's time for everything. It was also from the feedback of customers that she was able to improve on her product. So this can be done in 2 ways or more than that. It could be one, either research, or two, from feedbacks of customers. That also includes research. Like for instance, I sell to you. After selling to you, I can personally decide on going back to you, asking you questions about my product, and you will give me feedback. But then certain people, you might not necessarily ask them, but they will volunteer freely and then tell you about it. Mind you, whether they ask you or not, or whether they tell you or not, you as an entrepreneur, there is need for you to find that information. Because it's through feedback you'll be better, right? For instance, your name please. Mark. Which course are you studying? Cosines. Please define cosines for me. Just a definition.
Political science cannot be defined. Actually, it has to do with.
Now, in your own terms, yes. And then from the perspective of what many understand. Now, if you ask me that question of what is political science, and I tell you it's 4, does it make sense? No. It doesn't make sense. No. So in what we are doing, we need to make sure that we are in line. As I said earlier, there will be moments that we might leave the way a bit, but it's always good for us to be on track. And when we leave the way, let's try and be back on point and make sure that we correct our mistakes. So I will have to stop here for now. We can go for prayers, and after we can continue. Yeah. All right, we can continue now. I believe more than continue. Okay, the second part of that challenge is where entrepreneurship or entrepreneurs struggle with is risk-taking ability. She said earlier on her definition, or in her definition, entrepreneurs are people that take risks. Of course, there is need for you to take risks, but you have to calculate the risks that you need to take. You just don't have to get up and then make that risk. If you don't calculate the risk, it's very, very risky. Like for instance, if you want to use a part of your profit to invest in the business and you didn't calculate well whether if you use that money, it will be able to sustain you for a particular period of time, and then you just jump on and then do it. At the end of the day, it's a struggle no cash for someone. I know what the was here. So in any decision you have to take, you have to calculate the risks first, analyze it very well, and then move on. Do you get the point? There is need for that, please. The third point is self-confidence. Of course, you have to believe in the idea that you are giving services on or producing products from to people. What is the major reasons of starting a business? Or what are the major reasons of starting a business? To make profit and then to solve problems. Pardon? Self-independence in what aspect? Do you mean to say financial independence? Okay, thank you very much. Now, but did you realize that most people are focused on only the money aspect, and which is very bad? Don't get me wrong, it's good to make money. Of course, we all want to have that life, comfortable life, live the way that we want to. But if you are not concerned about how people are feeling, you are trying to solve a problem by doing a business. You get it, brother? You are trying to solve a problem. So, like you said earlier, problem solving. So if you are not solving that problem, personally, I don't think that I will feel good. No. Personally, I don't think that I will feel good because there is need for me to solve that particular problem. Do you know about entrepreneurship before I came here? Pardon? Okay, let's say, did all of you know about entrepreneurship before I came here? Yes. Do you understand deeper into it? Do you understand deeper? I mean deeper into it. Okay, you see the gap. Some are saying yes, some are saying no. So now I'm here to also teach you on certain things. From today, you'll be able to learn something new. Not so. That's just it. So if I'm only worried about coming here and then they pay my money and look, no, it doesn't feel good. I personally will feel good about it. And I believe all of us will feel good about it because we have that intention of solving the people's problem. Do you get it? Please, if you have questions, feel free to ask. Another point is decision-making skills. This is a very, very, very important point. Now I mentioned it earlier in the morning. Wrong decisions, not so. And at the end of the day, one who are at the top. So every single decision that they take will affect us, either good way or a bad way. And then you, as an entrepreneur, remember you are also leading a team. You are also leading a team in your business. So any decision that you make will affect your people, either good way or bad way. It includes your customers. Customers, which are the external customers, and then the internal customers. The external customers are those that comes and buy from you. And then the internal ones are those that work for you. You get it? So any decision that you take will affect them. So we have to be careful on decision making. You don't have to do it just because you feel like doing it. No, you have to have a need of doing it. Remember, it has to be in line with what your people need. Your people meaning the people that you are serving, your customers, what they need. For example, this water, how much is this at the shop? $7. $7. And this is also $7, right? Alright. Two of this. Imagine, the water is just at the middle there. At the middle there. Which one will you go? Of course, because you are paying the same price for it. Well, let's assume. There are different qualities. You know, it's good to go for the one which is cheap, but calculate what is important to you as well. Quality is important. Please, we have to change that perspective. Us as Gambians, we cheap like them for you. No, it doesn't work that way. Remember, if you buy a cheap one, at the end of the day, you'll be the one to complain, right? Yes. So before complaining, make the right decision and you enjoy it. You get it? Sometimes you can tell that some Fogajah clothes are better than the fashion ones. Not true. And the whole in Fogajah are around. You see? First, you have to calculate it. Good. Now, for leadership skills. Back to now, what she said in the morning. You have to acquire those skills. And I believe you all have that interest to be leaders. And some of us are leaders. Yeah, in our homes, in our organization, like she said earlier. We have the likes of Mona here. The likes of Binda here. Your name, please, Yusufa. And I myself, at home, I'm a leader there. I'm an easy there, but then you just have to do what you have to do, of course. Yeah, for sure. But I mean, it's all the love that you have in you rather. All that passion that you have, all that zeal that you have. Now, moving on. problem solving. When problems come, you have to solve it. When a problem comes, you don't have to use the back way and then forget it. Continue. If you decide to continue, remember, if you go along your way, you will face another problem. Even if you ignore that problem, there will be a time you must go back to it and then solve it. Like for instance, two of your employees have problem. They have misunderstanding also, which is okay in humans. We are not perfect. Sometimes we do have giving some people for those ships to train them, and at the end of the day, yeah, it will continue. So you see, that problem has been ignored. Now it's still coming back, right? That's just it. Sometimes I'm going to come down and say, "Maybe I solve, please, now solve." Carry la diamu siada, carry diamu siada. Only important. Now I am going to turn around. Problem bigi. Yang nak mindi janga, please just tackle it. Now solve ngara. Because they are keep jang. At the end of the day, if I tell mari jibe kana, if I tell mando soragala, another one you can every day. Yang ko ka happen. Asana problem of na problem of na our business or productivity barandilal. Maro mo furo ni naka pagnale bugo ke. Ya ko maybe naman da good time market. Another mo furo teamwork need le. Ko particular bugo ke. Let's see our company is at the right way. So our business is better. We know how advice or friend. So let's tackle our problems and then move on. Good. That's part of our perseverance. As but you have to keep going. You have to keep going. As now, let's say in money quarter, as now in decision quarter, but it has to keep going. What are the problems that you are facing in your business? Just give me, let's say one. I knew that would come. Yeah, but I have an advice. And in as much as we want people to help us, of course, for Kumara jail, there are more possible. But everything in the business of work, you are selling every day, right? Try and make sure you save as much as you need to. Can I come? Maybe being dominant idea, someone's no. Negotiation could la. Because it don't make a I don't know about any soma. Estilo Denkilo, don't go. Gala la common for you. No more than the face I do. So that's it. This is over now. Even ya kajel, I'll make sure I'm on. Ya make sure for safe. After business plan available. Business plan available. Okay, good. What business plan will have present to investors? It's a look, you know, if it's already. But Koro Binale. Sometimes when Koro has a problem, I can't bank spend them one problem. Yeah, attack can be moving along the body. This will be next time. I'll be the arm. Go walk on Yama. We are tidying in the moon. We are tidying in the moon. So Akumara, you are. Do school. Attack answer. Okay, I will. So you didn't sound the Dominic. Good. Yeah, GB, I was talking about employment. These are importance of entrepreneurship. One, clear employment budget. Of course, B. Now, do you employ anyone? Not yet, but you have plans of doing it. Okay, good. Like in 6 months' time? Probably. Okay, so let's assume that in 6 months' time, she will employ at least 2 people. So those 2 people that she will employ, come automatically those people job opportunities through her business. So this is it. That's and then the sort of government that call a friend. Bundle entrepreneur put on the sort of be more lamb call that's not comparing to government. You don't know how strong you are now. Some of you are here as students, right? After life only, I'll witness that from the other end. I'm easy, but come, and then what am I put the love in here? Can I work like? People will talk anyhow, but let's keep it going. Akumara here. Another part of economic growth for Nigeria. Economic growth in a sense. But that will be a point near Uncle about tax dollar. Man bawal e ba tax jo kana fonde. Kodi. So kono namon ni cool. But then as an entrepreneur, time you pay. So you are contributing to the economic growth of the country. Abinara. Time on the sometimes you can see from the full of sang. It's alright. What do you need to do? Keep on advertising, keep on giving quality. So let's keep it going. It encourages innovation. The likes of AI, science and RGB. Okay, from the look of things, maybe you know a lot. Who created AI? Oh, I don't know. But at least maybe you have a clue about how. You don't even know. But we all understand that AI is making a lot of money, right? It's generating information for us, which is benefiting us. So it's all part of innovation. No. It's just time along. I didn't really do. Of course, Kumara yel. Time Kumara yel. And in willingness for now. Maybe be Kudi Jama so a business or by Malon Loso. Maybe I don't know before that color. So I go Yama. You link it and never win. And the Mumbai Bunyala Falcon in like a Mingayake. That's just it. You can't be about here. I was so near. Yeah. Standard of living fund improved. Of course, someone mentioned earlier that financial independence. Science and the business of Kekan. There for 11 years ago, I work in the home. For financial independence, I do a Nyama. What time? Nadia Residano Chile is fine. But at this point, concentrate. At this point, you need to concentrate because you are building something. And when you're building, you have to take your time. Everything is a process. That's just it. So, first of all, so understand that. Akumara Jewagel. Poverty, I hope I reduce it. Now, for the earlier on. Financial independence, not GB. You sort of doubt a hundred like Waya Kalatekan. Mr. Dawa, I believe you agree with me on that. Of course, I Kalatekan. So, time along. Time along.
You market and everything. Every day, make sure that you bring quality to your products. Don't come with you. Make sure you do everything. I understand. Or if you have that schedule, day GB, or the days what you remember, it works for you. Do it. Let's go to you. Just take care of that. And fam, who can be a never understand? People follow you when they trust you. Funding. Yeah. Bang. And I've done that thing of a plan funding. Trust that. So for people me I go yellow is fine. What about understand that? But others me I go yellow. Since I never business those people be me I go yellow. Don't be me I go better than narrow. And don't be me I go yellow. One farm now.
Actually, yeah.
But it's
I don't have money a lot.
okay, thank you. No problem. Okay, what I was explaining was, he's your friend. When I borrow, let me just hire him. No, it doesn't work that way. If he doesn't fit for the job, if you hire him, you will see the consequences. Yeah. And that is not good for your business. So, somebody only here sometimes. If it has to be business, let it be business and then do it. Move on. Market companies, of course, like for instance, the product he's having and selling at this point, there are many people who have at least a higher level of skill compared to our business. There are people, there are competitors that are selling at a higher capacity than you, right? And you are here, of course, you are trying to make the best of what you have. As I said earlier, keep going. But you also need to do market research to understand how they are doing their business. You also need to do that. You need to do market research. It's not just coming and selling everything. You have to find information. Without information, you cannot do anything. So is that clear? Hey, 9, sorry. 9, yeah. How many of us arrived here before 9? It's a big question. You see? You see, we only have less hands. So this is it. You have to respect them. Don't look at others, whether they are doing it or not. It's not important. What you need to do is do the right thing. I was here by 8. And I think I was the 4th person here. It doesn't matter when the program starts. For me, I will always make sure I'm there on time. Because I know if I'm late. Hospital. And then they were like, go them and move to I was like, okay, I know this one now. Because I know this one. Are you ready? Yeah. Remember, not to follow me. You just listen to what the command is. Yes. Now we warm up. Are you ready? Open. Clap. You feel? The commands were just 1 and 0. Now you roll. Okay, let's do it again. Are you ready? Open. Clap. Feel again. Now we open. Yes, open, but don't clap. 0. You feel again. 0 means no clap, no action at all. 1 means to clap. Are you ready? Yes. 1. You are late. And something not even clap. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 0. 0. 0. 1. So just there is no clap, other part of it.
Now we are at the other session, or we are at the other segment of the day,
which is a presentation on nutrition and natural hygiene. I don't want to call it a presentation, I want to call it a discussion. The floor is open. I'm a student like you, I learn every day. No answer is wrong, no question is stupid. We are all here to learn. We are all here to learn. If you do not know questions, if you do not know certain things, ask, especially our gentlemen. You can ask me any question. Okay? So we will discuss about it, we will talk about it. Anything that you find difficult to comprehend, please ask questions. I don't know it all. I will answer you based on my capabilities and my knowledge. However, if I do not know, I will tell you I do not know. Because I don't know it all. Okay? I will recommend, I will advise, I will also try my level best to answer with the little that I know. So my topic here is menstruation and menstrual hygiene. When this topic comes, when someone say, tells you, or you heard someone say menstruation, what comes to your mind? What comes to your mind, number one? Huh? You have something to say? Or should I reframe my question? How did we first learn about menstruation? Because it's a taboo in our community. I guess we all know that. Yes. What normally comes to my mind is the monthly flow of blood from birth. And my first play of learning menstruation was in school, when I was in grade 7. And my teacher taught me so many things about menstruation and menstrual health itself. She taught me that when you are on your menstruation, you have to be hygiene, that is cleanliness.
You have to take care of yourself. You don't also have to panic. You don't also have to have that stigma in your mind that I'm on my menstruation period, so I don't have to do certain activities. No. It doesn't have to stop you from doing certain activities that you have been doing previously before you see your menstruation itself. During your menstruation, some people have the stigma of not even going to school. Some people don't go out. Though they have many reasons for that. Some because of the pain that they feel, that's why they don't go out. Some menstruation cramps is crazy, to be honest. I've seen someone that whenever she's about to have a menstruation, the cramp, if she's not taken to the hospital and deep with the water, she will not regain her consciousness. With that, I feel really bad for her. But with others, you have different signs when it comes to when you're about to see your menstruation. Sure. Some will have tenderness with their breast, some have pain in their abdomen, some even have diarrhea. It depends. And she also told me that some of these things that we normally see, or some of these signs, it depends on the activities that you are doing well before you become, well before you see your puberty. Because for me, I was a scout, and the activities that I normally do, it is so heavy on me. When I started seeing my menstruation, the things become easy for me. I didn't feel that many pain in me when I see my menstruation. And mostly, when I'm seeing my menstruation, I didn't feel that pain that some people normally complain about. At first, I was like, you don't know how to go to your ass, you have to come to the well, because when the way I am feeling it and the way others are feeling it is different. Yeah, so I made research and asked some of my friends, like, how do they normally feel the pain when they're about to see their menstruation, the signs that they normally see. So I was so worried that it is far different. I asked them some of the activities that they normally involve themselves. They were like, so I was like, then perhaps is the activities that I involve, that is why I'm trying to feel pain where I'm to see my menstruation. And with that, when you are during your menstruation, your sanitary pads is very important. Some uses moisture, some uses menstrual cup, some uses tampons, and some use pads itself. So with that, right now, I have never decided that some of these pads are contaminated. Some of them are made with chemicals itself. So with those chemicals, the moment you use them, because the private part of the pad is very sensitive. Second thing, the moment you put it there, it gives you infection or other problems. So I would actually tell people not to use pads totally, but at least if you have to use it, maximum 2 hours. Maximum 2 hours. And it is also hard for some of us to buy this pads because it is costly. Some of it are costly. And with that, I encourage people to use the fabric one. At least the one that has no chemical, and you can wash it, iron it, and use it. Thank you. That was very good. Thank you very much for that. I think you answered all my questions in one speech. Any other question? Any other question? How did you first know the topic menstruation or menstrual hygiene? How did you first know? Any other person? How did you first know? Who was the first person who taught you how to take care of yourself? Who taught you what this is? So we all are born knowing what menstruation is. All you know, so we are all born knowing what menstruation is. Yes. Everything started in my grade 4. Yeah. Mostly primary schools we are taught part of an A. Yes. And that we have puberty. Yeah. So that is what Mr. Pelif is the one that taught us our menstruation. Yeah. So I learned it before seeing my menses in grade 6. So that's why when I saw it, I was not panicked. And I did it from my mom for 6 months. Yeah, because most of the time, when I know that I'm going to see my menses, I run away from her. So say, no. Yeah. But I don't think menstruation is bad. It's just a normal thing that happens to all guys. And if you see your menstruation, you should be proud. Because it means you haven't done something bad. You are healthy, you understand. You are healthy. It means you are healthy, contrary to what many people think. So the reason why I ask this question is, often us as young people, our number one educator about menstruation and menstrual hygiene are not our parents. We can all attest to that. Why? It's not because they are bad. It's not because they want to hide it from us. It's because of the system. The topic is seen as a taboo topic. It's not often discussed in our communities. It's not even openly discussed. While growing up, we wouldn't have ever thought that women do menstruation because we never hear anybody talking about it. So the people who don't speak here told us that they were taught by teachers, educators. This is where FEM comes in. To implement, to promote, to improve, to create more awareness on some of these things. Teachers will come and go. At times they will travel, but if you have a solid foundation, that's main objective and role is to create this awareness and education. I believe we will go a long way as a society and as a community. Do you believe in that? Thank you. So, like I said in the morning, I am Dr. Cisse. I'm the founder of FEM. I'm a youth leader. I didn't mention that I was an entrepreneur in the morning. I am an entrepreneur as well. I was a civil servant, but now I'm a full-time entrepreneur. So I'll talk you through. I have more than 20 years of volunteerism experience, and it's an honor to stand before you today to talk about this topic. And I hope that you will leave this hall empowered with more knowledge, with more awareness on what you should do. So let's get started. Do you think menstruation is important? I can have only two people to talk about. Don't look at my screen, please. Stop stealing my idea. So let me have two people in here. Why do you think this conversation is important? As a girl, as a young man, as an individual, or should I use big English? As a bona fide member of this society. Why do you think these conversations are important? Yes. Good. It enlightens you more. Another one? Yes. Good. That's very good. So what are the few reasons, or should I say few reasons why these conversations are important in our society? Number one is to create awareness. If someone who has never heard of menstruation and menstrual hygiene, they went in public or they wake up in the morning and they saw blood. Normally, a normal human being, if you saw blood, especially that amount of blood, you panic. To create awareness. We need to have this kind of discussions to educate one another, to help one another. If us as young people still use or still go by the modalities of what our parents, grandparents were doing, we will not be sitting here and discussing about menstruation and menstrual hygiene. Like I remember when I started doing all the people were telling me, hey, we usually have to live 1 hour. So they are like, why will you have to involve the guys in these conversations? But they are our partners. Us as individuals, us as young people, it is our responsibility to know it. Often people will say, man, how much of the basket jungle in there? Phone and the jungle. When it comes to your health, there is no excuse. You have to be the person with the knowledge, with the willingness to learn, to know about some and all of these things. Now, to also make sure that we live in a society. If, let's say for instance, we have 3 or 2 sisters living in the same area, or in the same community, the 2 of you know about menstruation, the 3rd one do not know. If time she sees her menstruation in public, you ridicule her, you tell her bad things, you stigmatize her. Do you think you and those people will be friends? You will never be friends. But if we are all aware, we support one another as young people, we improve our capacity and our knowledge as individuals, and also as just human beings. Sometimes you don't have to do something, you don't have to do something for anything. Just do it because the person is human just like you. You don't need to have a reason to do something. So this is why these conversations are important. This is why we need to have them more often. This is why we need to learn. Yes, someone called me around this. No one? Next slide, please. Next slide. Ah. So when you say what is menstruation, it is the monthly shedding of the uterus lining. The monthly shedding of the uterus lining. Now, oftentimes people don't know where the uterus is. They will just tell you this, it is that. The uterus is inside. It's inside your genitalia. So every month, the blood flows. The ovaries in your stomach, if they are not fertilized, it has to come out. That is all the creation of Allah. Science is the actual creation. We have never seen someone create an ovary. So, it happens to guys and women of reproductive age, usually starts at ages of 9 to 15. A sign of health, it's not a sickness. I mentioned this not long ago. It shows that you are healthy. It shows that you have reached the state of puberty. It shows that you have reached a stage where you can potentially be a mother. But there are a lot of things you have to learn before you get there. Now, this 9 years, people biologists are different. Now, young people can start menses less than 9. But we are giving it 9 as a statistics and a standard. So let's pay attention to that. This is why one of our projects, inshallah, that will be implemented in 2026, we are going to focus on primary school students for that project. Often when we talk about menstruation, then we forget that. We forget about those who that they have started and they need this kind of knowledge and education. Next slide. What is menstrual hygiene management? When you see something, especially a health issue or a health thing, there are things that you have to do. Let's say when you have your period, how do you make sure you take care of yourself hygienically? How do you make sure you carry yourself? It's not easy that you are bleeding every month, you are working. If you do not tell people, often they will not know. If you do not tell people, often they will not know. It's because of how we carry ourselves. Now that is a huge part of hygiene. We mentioned earlier that our genitals are sensitive. That is very true. They are very sensitive. If proper care is not taken, we will all be sick. And if it is not early, if it's not directed early, it might cause us harm that we might not want to see in the near future. So now let's talk about the signs. What are the signs if one is trying to see this kind of stuff? What are the signs? Diarrhea, yes. And what? Tender breast, abdominal pains, and what? Back pain, yes. Vomiting, yes. You feel dizzy, nausea, different food cravings, the mood swings and the like. Okay? So each and every one our stories differ. I know, right? But they are here now, they will try. So every individual is different from another person. Every individual has their own experience. Now, if we didn't know this, we will start maltreating each other. Let's say some people they don't even have cramps. Some people they don't even have cramps. For them, their problem is pimples, pimples disappear. But there are people that will have a serious abdominal pain. They cannot even start. Someone mentioned that there are people that we have to fix a drip for them. Now, if we assume that because my only problem is pimples, pimples, and another person is experiencing it, it will be very hard for us to sympathize with them. But our stories differ. The way our bodies are built differs. Who we are as an individual is even different. So this is why we must assist as young people. We must help each other, assist one another, be there for one another, to make sure these things are not still seen as taboos, they are not still treated as something evil or bad. Are we there? Are we there? Good. Next slide. No. Yes. So Using clean materials, changing materials regularly, someone mentioned that not long ago. Washing the body with soap and water, safe disposal and cleaning. Washing the body with soap and water. We are not asking you to go and wash your genitalia with soap and water. On this day and age, everybody is a professional chemist, biochemist, a professional product developer. You say it on social media. They will tell you this is strawberry. If you apply it, Dandia will smell like strawberry. Who told you Dandia will smell like strawberry? Stop using chemicals in your genitalia. These things clean themselves naturally. You can clean your vulva. But don't use these chemicals. They will be telling stop using chemicals on yourself. You use them on your body, not on your genitalia. You can wash your vulva. If you don't know what vulva is here. This is vulva. Huh? Stop inserting salts and certain things in your body. Now, next slide. Good. I asked previously when we hear about menstruation, what comes to my mind? Often, one of the commonest myths that people will say is, so you say period, when a man touches your breast, you get pregnant. Have you ever heard of that? When you know that is what they are telling us, young people. When a man goes to boys, you get pregnant. It's not totally false, but it's not the 100% truth. You can get pregnant without a man touching your breast. The taking of the breast is an action that it's something that can lead to an action that can get you pregnant. But there is a very big possibility that you can get pregnant without someone touching your breast. This is why I said it's not totally false, but it's not the 100% truth. But why are they telling us this? It's just to scare us. And because these things are treated as taboo, they are not often discussed. They are not totally discussed. That is what they were also told when they were young girls. The individual who told them, that was what they were also told when they were young girls. Now this generation is telling you, and we here are telling you. Touching your breast might not necessarily get you pregnant, but it can lead to an action that can get you pregnant. Which is also very important that we have to pay attention. So there are other myths that has happened. Menstruation is a cause or a punishment to our country. Menstruating girls are clean. Also you hear people say, if you are menstruating, do wear yourself. People will say that. Those are all myths. I told you I'm an entrepreneur. Mandama de wear is a myth. Is a myth. Yes. So God should not cook. This is traditional. People believe in this. God should not cook. But for prayer part, I think we all know about that Islamically. And even in our own various religion, there are ways that we cleanse ourselves aside from the soap and water. When as adults, your body is ready to enter another phase of your life. It means that you are healthy. It means that there is a possibility that you could be a mother. Are we all on the same page? Yes. You have a question.
I was in that because it is something that,
yes. Discussing. Yes, I think some guys don't like discussing about it.
One part you said, I ever had that. The gospel. That's what you said. You know, then I am an agent of somebody that our forefathers have actually invented. And I think somehow some of those things are taken away.
Sure.
When you say, for example, the result of some some guys are not told about this issue of menstrual cycles and but in those days, there are ways in which parents can inform their children about how to protect themselves.
Yes.
Because they know that certain actions like movement could lead to this.
Yes.
So what they will tell them, because you know all this somehow, if a man, we know how women can be, easily developed in the sense that, for example, if I want to have an intercourse with a woman, I need to do certain things. That's of which I can take the breast and all that.
Yeah.
And if you happen to take the breast of the guy, so much that the guy now, the guy will now lose control. All these things that can lead to pregnancy.
Yes.
You understand that? That is why that the amendments, and they obviously know, not necessarily taking the breast of an opposite gender would cause the problem of pregnancy.
Absolutely.
They know the children they have. So what they do is that if you happen to, your brain happen to be touched by an opposite gender, you are likely to get pregnant.
Right.
So this system of ours and us will be actually like someone you go around with you don't have any plan. You don't have one issue. You guys are saying that if you come in close contact with men, so that they take your breath. They are not pregnant. You don't have that.
No.
I understand that medically, you guys don't understand it. I don't think taking like this will never take it. Just trying to do some form with the breast kind of skeleton to be put in the body.
Right. It means that we say they are made. It does not necessarily mean that we are saying the traditional belief is not good. What we want is to create more awareness on the actual and the factual things that will help you as an individual, that will help you as a young person. Okay? There are certain things are said. I mentioned earlier that our parents were telling us that because that is what they were told in their generation. It does not mean that intentionally they don't want us to know. That is what they were told. You wouldn't like that you Muhammad. They cannot teach you what they don't know. Even if they know it, they refuse it because many years ago we were all living in extended families. This way ABC is not teaching their child. There is a high probability your mom will not teach you as well. Because the others are not doing it. But now this generation, we want to clarify. We want to make it crystal clear how you can help yourself as a young person. What are the realities? This is not to encourage you to go and engage in certain behaviors. Good. So let's move on. Next slide. It is natural. Menstruation is natural. It does not stop guys from learning or reading. Good hygiene prevents infection, and knowledge is power. The knowledge is why we are here. If a guy child struggles with certain sanitary products, they don't have those sanitary products in school, they will be forced to go back home. People do it on different days. Some days for 4 days, some 1 week. It depends on the individual. Now imagine someone missing 5 days of school. So it's difficult. Now let's get into the types of sanitary pads that you have. Yeah. Mental health presentation coming after this. Yeah. Walaikum salam. Yes, please, let's listen to one another.
I was the only one standing there.
Yes.
So the girl wanted to go out. But when the girl came to me, she was feeling sad to tell me that she's in a restaurant
Period. Yes. Yeah, exactly. Then we said it. Then we said it. Yes.
Like, why are you getting this from us? Why are you getting
It's my question. Listen. Yes. Yes.
Especially, I want to go out, right? Let's say, come back. I understand.
Yes. Yes. These are the regular. There's only the required one. Good. Yes. Yes.
I realized that Madam understand now, and she went out. But when she was going to say,
what was happening? Yes. Yes. Absolutely. Yes. 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 Absolutely. Yes.
Because when they say this thing, they
So my brother, this is the reason I and my team are not giving up. This is the reason why we are pushing. This is the reason why each time we send our flowers, people will ask, can I get a regular? We say no. If you pay attention at our talk, even when you come to music, and let's ask me, everyone was in the hall, both male and female. Even though they were but everyone was at the hall. So we don't segregate because problem. Now let me tell you, there are different stages to what you are saying. Number one, we do the lyrics even in our time, menstruation. Because traditionally they told us to hide it. People should not know. People should not see. People should not hear. So this is why we hide it, number one. But because we don't openly talk about it, there is a high possibility today when there should be a period in the middle of the school or something. You can go there and juggle alone. You can go there and clean care yourself. Alright, but we don't need that. We need that. It's us. But it's all because we have the alhamdulillah. When you are trained to only look at yourself as a yardstick to measure other people, that's how you behave. Because it does not happen to you, it should not happen to another person. You love the empathy that comes with it. That is number one. Number two, a huge number of guys will say, no problem with Janga. Janga is some problem. The interest was not there in the beginning. Because even parents that have only male children and have only one guy, they don't even bother to teach them because we see it as a society that this is a woman problem. This is why we must all come together and make this change. Well, what of mental health is many women are struggling with it. There are people that are still struggling to have the food that they want. It's because of it. We didn't talk about it. There are people that are dying because they have sicknesses that they cannot talk about. Because of who you talk to. Because how will people ridicule them? How will people make them feel? So these are all fears. The problem is this now, Madam So that's it. This is why always we advise people always carry extra sanitary pads. It does not mean that I have a 28-day cycle. It's only during my period phase that I carry sanitary pad. No, excessive stress can cause you to bleed. Excessive emotions, happiness can cause some people to bleed. Sickness can cause you to bleed. Infection can cause you to bleed outside your circle. All these are possibilities. So any day, anytime, always work with sanitary pads. This was why we worked with the GAMBIAN to train our members on how to make the manual sanitary pad. And we made some of them. These are the reusable. Where is the other one? What I shared right now is the sample of the reusable sanitary pad. This you can wash it, dry it, and use it again. During rainy season, if it is not dry, you iron it on a label. Are you here? You iron it on a label. Because it is reusable. It does not mean that the other diamond will use it. No. 6 months, 1 year, depending on the brand that we are buying. It is in our future missions. Or let me say, in 2026, inshallah. We want to take this as our responsibility, as the firm impact, to try and make this available to young people in this country. We have another one, which is the non-reusable. I have a sample here. This is the non-reusable. This is use and throw. Use and throw. So this is what we often buy on the market. There are different brands. Can you name the brands for me, for the guys to know? Raise your hand, please. Softnessy, this is the most common. This is Softnessy. Software, yes. Always. They are way more expensive than one another. I think always is more expensive than all of these things. Yes. Softnessy followed by Bella, I think they are almost at the same level. So these are reusable sanitary pads. Non-reusable sanitary pads. The fact that it is non-reusable does not mean you should just take it off and throw. Some of us guys, you know what they call fire in water. We just remove it, do it like this, they go and throw it in the middle of the compound. Traditionally, we are told that sanitary pads are very dangerous if not carefully taken care of. Don't be too modern to ignore those parts of ourselves. We are spiritual beings, We are spiritual, so protect your sanitary pads. Even if you are using the non-reusable pads, wash your blood off it. And then dispose it. Not in people's flush toilets, please. Don't dispose your non-reusable sanitary pad on flush toilets. It will clog it. It will clog it. Either the reusable or the non-reusable, always wash your blood off it. Then you dispose it. Are we all on the same page? Are we all on the same page? Now, to the non-reusable sanitary pad. This depends on the brand or the company that is making it. But often it has 3 to 4 layers. This is the cotton bamboo layer. Often the one at the back is called the full layer. It's the water resistant fabric. This is what is done to the liquid. Now inside we have a fabric called the absorbent fiber. Some call it the cotton fleece. It depends on which one that you are using. So those are the 3 layers that are used. And then they stick it together, button it for you to be able to use it. Now, when you wash this, dry it where the sun can touch it. We are not asking you to go in the middle of your compound. Dry it where the sun can touch it. Like I said, these things are very sensitive, both the reusable and the non-reusable. Are we all on the same page? Do you have any questions before I move? Yes. Before you ask your questions. So this is a period part. Part I mean pants. Specifically for menstruation. So the inside and the outside are different. They are different. Take the outside. Okay? Many of us, or should I say, are advised to use different panties for our menses. It is advisable to use different panties for our menses. Hygienically, Islamically even. If you are Christian, you can educate us on that. These are different panties for our menses. Are you all on the same page? Yes, your question. when you talk about STEM, we say almost 85% of it, we talk about girls. And girls, when we talk about girls, we talk about at every end of month, we need to purchase something that we use to keep ourselves more healthy and clean. So, and then these things are becoming increasingly expensive. And then they are expensive while we need them so much. Absolutely. And whilst the synthetic rubber band that we call the condom is almost free, yes, while they say these reusable parts for us at almost $60 for us or something more. Okay. So, and then you need them more than those rubber bands that they need. Yeah. So what is Feame doing, or what are your plans? What are your aims to at least help girls to get these parts, if not for free, at a cheaper rate? Because in the Gambia we don't have industries that need this reusable part. The last time I went to the internet, I was surfing and then I saw a post that said that this software parts should not be used for the meantime because there are chemicals that are being used to make those parts. These are not privatized. So, what is Feame going to do, or what are your aims in helping us reach those parts, if not for free, but at a cheaper rate? Because every month, as a girl going to school, to spend every month on something, $60. Some people see their menses for almost a week, and you need more than 2 pockets for almost a week. It is very expensive. What are your aims in bringing those parts to us, closer to us, and at a cheaper rate? That's my question. So I will answer your question in three. Question number 1, awareness. Our mentality towards our sanitary products are very biased. When we started Feame, we didn't just jump and talk about reusable sanitary pads. We did a survey. Often if you tell people, we use reusable sanitary pad, they will tell you, man, I'm not going to do it. Because it involves washing. Now, something that concerns your health, why wouldn't you dedicate time to take care of that? Number 1 is our mentality. This is why we went to schools, our nation welfare. We discuss about it. We had an online campaign, and here we are today discussing about it. To create awareness and education on menstruation and menstrual hygiene. This is what Feame is doing. Our entire nation welfare was based on menstruation and menstrual hygiene. Our campaign, social media campaign, the same thing. And here we are as well. Number 2 is funding. Our biggest challenge is fund. This means you have to use 3, this is a pre-order, something that I did just recently. This is the outer layer of the sanitary pad. It's called the pre-layer fabric, and it is branded to our name. To get this only here to the Gambia, I think it cost me $60. Now, how many students are in Nigeria that are female that use immediately every end of month? How many schools do you have in Gambia? Multiply the number of users times, let's say 50. That is not a small amount of money. As mentioned earlier, I started preparing for this today's event. A year ago, we wrote letters, wrote to institutions. All the individuals that I know that are working on things to help young people, we wrote to them. Personally, I wrote 78 letters. We only had 8 meetings, courtesy calls. If we didn't have fun, no matter how good or how well we want to do something, it will be difficult for us to do it. So this we are doing it at our own cost. Sampling materials, moving the materials, inshallah. We have already had a training with the GAMBIAN. They have already trained us manually. Now if we have this product, don't you think we can start something? We will have something. So we are not only working on the awareness, we are also trying to get the product in. By God's grace, if God helps us, inshallah, we want our products to be in every school, to make it available to every young person in this country. This is what we are doing as an organization. This is what we are doing as a foundation. And this is what we believe. This is the teachers. Yes. The institutions we go to for them to be present here today. We are doing that because we want them to come here and see what young people are going through. These are the policy makers. These are the decision makers. You see, the reason why they are selling the rubber band and selling the nose and it's because of policy. If we have a solid policy on how this should be available in our schools, it will be available in our schools. And right now, in schools, especially I will take an example of Israel. Then maybe the summer head guard will have studied it in her office. Yes. Currently, right now, last time I checked, you cannot have a sanitary pad. You even have to go extra. You could take from our own class account and then buy a pad for our class. Absolutely. Because it is an issue. We need it and then we cannot have it. Because we don't know it can happen. Yes. So, that is an issue. A very big one. A very big one. So, this is yes. Increase, yes. So this is why we bring both boys and ladies in school. Yes.
This is available at the Secretary's office as it was happening. So these are the solutions.
But how many other schools do we have that do not have such structures? So we have many schools that are still lacking these things and they are lacking the support. So you can take this and feel it. Yes, Uncle.
So I was saying something about the self-care part. Yes. I would like to highlight it to all the sisters that are here because I think it's very important information that we need to be in it. Yeah. I used to use self-care, but the materials that I used to produce, they said some of the chemicals are not good and some of the materials are also expired. We're out of date. So we're not supposed to use the self-care. If anyone else is using it, please henceforth let's avoid using it. Yeah. Also about the price of parts. Sorry. There's good news. Very recently, maybe a few weeks ago, the National Assembly had a sitting and discussed the tax levied on parts. So it has been the tax has been levied. So there will be no tax on parts anymore, sanitary parts, which means the price should go down. So we're hoping that will be implemented soon. So that's a big place for health and hygiene, and he is doing very well. Honorable Abdullah Sisi, and I think we should commend him for his job. So we could buy it. Are you able to use it and maintain it? It's also another question that each and every one of you should ask yourself. Yes. Yes.
I would advise, those that identify themselves like women supporting groups, including me, myself, coordinator, and activist.
Yes.
We should put more pressure on the government because we have seen so many legislations which are not implemented in this country. If we rely on legislation without advocacy, it will be zero.
This is why each and every one of you present here and write your suggestions and post it on your social media. If you don't see it on my Facebook, they will see it on your Facebook. It has to start from us. We cannot expect them to see what they don't want to see. But if we all post it, they will see and they will know. So let's talk about this. Let's keep talking about it. We talked about this. Lack of sanitary products, poor water and toilet facilities in school. Recently, we saw what's in Gambia raising funds for schools. Can you imagine? Raising funds for school toilets. If a guy is on our period and there is no toilet in the school, she go home. What is going to happen to our education? And we said if you educate a guy, you educate a nation. So because of menstruation, our education as women is under threat. This is why I'm so passionate about this topic. Yes. So missing school during period, limited guidance from adults. Next,
campaigns of driving leaders to national organizations that are they are doing partners with the government and the ministries that are responsible, like the Ministry of Health, Ministry of Women and Gender. You can write letters emphasizing the need for this to be implemented.
Yes.
Because the government is like
believe me, if I tell you, first I acknowledge yes, we will continue to do it. But these ministries that you mentioned, I wrote to them for this event. Are they here?
Sorry, and everything. And my problem is, now why is it that Gambians are good at implementation? Despite our affiliations, we have differences. We have political affiliations, we have ethnic affiliations, we have
in all aspects of nations. The real problem is, now if we believe, for example, our forefathers, the people that have actually, let's say our parents, trapped in that circle of private sentiments and all that, we, as the young ones, should come together and form a situation like this case. You should take away our differences out. And I have a problem with you, Usman, and I have a problem with any other person here, but when it comes to national concerns, why not we, the young ones, take away our difference and unite and form a united force to make transformation very important. There is not only God here, for the sake of God, I am not speaking for the fact that I want to be known or whatever. I'm not interested in that. What is important here, I'm not speaking because I have more ideas than nobody. But I'm so optimistic about this thing for reasons that have been embedded in me for thousands of years, as I say. Alright? But why I am saying this thing is that the young people should actually come as a united force, get to the government and make things. If we call on the government, try to call them, you don't levels to the government. What is going on? People give it levels to the government. But there is no immediate response from the government. What do you want us to do now? Let's go. And if police is made, for example, we need peaceful products. I don't remember everybody is discovered here. There is no good about all of us to go out there and educate our young ones. Thank you very much.
Can you do that, please? So the health and social risks, infection due to poor hygiene, low self-esteem, sanitary products, please. Sanitary pads, 3 hours maximum. Some people will tell you 4 hours. Don't use one pad for 24 hours, please. Even the blood color will start changing. That is not safe, it's not hygienic, it's very risky. And then school absenteeism. A school that does not have a sanitary pad, the toilet is not good. Naturally, I will not be there because I cannot take care of myself in that situation. But it's also important us as their classmates, as their sisters, as their brothers. Do not shame them if they accidentally see their periods in public. It starts from us as individuals. It starts from us as sisters. Try to educate them. Try to create more awareness about this issue. If we help each other, this will be very easy for us. But it is because we are bringing each other down, because we want to feel superior to one another. This is why people are still not open to talk about some of these things. So let us be the change we want to see. So practical solutions. Mental education for girls and boys, a typical example. And then we have access to disposable and reusable pads, clean water, supportive parents, teachers, and communities. This is us. We are the parents, we are the teachers, we are the communities. Every single individual in here is an ambassador. Yes.
That is why when we are
yes.
South Africa, part is free. Last month, the women in South Africa organized itself occupies spaces and block major traffic. They say the government must respond to their sanitation, and the government is providing now free sanitary pads, including local government. That is offered by local government. That is the economic good of this country. What are they doing about it? We have to hold them accountable. We are paying our taxes. So, our young girls don't know their rights, and they are also such and know their rights.
Like I said, it's yes, partly it's the problem is there, but partly we are also the problem. We should be engaged in more of these activities, create more awareness, talk about it, post about it. Let everybody talk about it. But it's like people who are more willing to fund Waliseka concerts, please no shit, than to put it into some of the things that are more relevant. There is a huge and happy need for these products in our market. And one of our main things that we observe is 95% of shopkeepers are all male in Uganda. Yeah. And we don't bleed differently. We have mild bleeders, we have heavy bleeders. Now, if you buy the same kind of sanitary pad with them, you are giving a disadvantage to the one that bleeds heavily. Sometimes people use two pads together so that they can contain the flow. But what if women organizations, foundations that are fighting for this are empowered to go and bring in different sanitary products based on the needs of different women? The stories will change. the stories will change. So let's keep on doing our work. Let's keep on empowering one another. And then next slide. Next slide. Yes, we have talked about this more or less. Girls gain confidence after menstrual health trainings. Reasonable part filling school attendances. Many girls lack correct information. Now, if you are younger, you make yourself believe that we fought, man, every time, minimum. You don't even try to use the reusable sanitary pads. Even if the non-reusable part is killing you, you use it. So this is why I said passion, it also starts from us. You have to be willing to see yourself, be healthy. And people say, I want to be healthy, I want to be healthy, I want to be healthy. But being healthy is an action, it's a doing work. You cannot just wake up and be healthy today. You cannot say, I want this kind of body also, and you are doing nothing about it. It does not work like that. You have to be willing to do something. Next slide. Your role as girls and men, we make sure we talked about this. Know your body, practice, support friends, speak up without shame. We should really do away with this culture of shaming one another when someone accidentally sees their period in public. Does not necessarily mean that they are careless. Some people don't know. The same way our parents don't discuss with us, it's the same way their parents don't discuss with them. So they don't know. And then it's not that if you are 9 years, everybody sees it at 9 years. Some sees it at 12, some sees it at 18, some even 24. They'll start saying it. So it varies, huh? Let us please try. So our role as individuals, parents, and schools, break the silence, provide safe space, support menstrual programs, treat menstruation with respect. Next slide. Call to action. Menstruation is not shameful. Let us educate, support, and empower. Together we rise. On that note, I thank you all for listening. I am more than honored to be here. Once again, my name is Linda Sise, and I am happy to have you all here. Thank you.
So that we are stigmatizing, we are removing them out of this menstrual topic and all this stuff. So now that the Feame is here to get you all included, one thing I would like to say is not all women are different, are the same. Some women, they are careless. And you said you are going to marry us, and if you marry us, you live with us. You are expected, you have rights, and you also have rights. So, one thing I would like to say is about menstrual hygiene. When your woman is careless, like when your woman is okay to be with a sanitary pad for 24 hours, you as a man protect yourself and tell your woman to change it. Don't feel sorry to tell your wife to change it. It is already your wife. There's nothing to hide between you two. So tell your wife to change her sanitary pad. It's not about telling her or belittling her. You are saving yourself because those keeping it will cause infection in your wife, to your wife. And then you as a husband, you are expected to live with your wife. And when you have intercourse, that infection will transfer to you. So to help yourself, to keep yourself healthy also, and your wife healthy, always tell your wife to change their sanitary pads. Even your sisters, when you notice that they are on their menstrual cycle, you can tell them to take care of yourself. Thank you.
So one of our projects that we want to embark on. We started it this year, but unfortunately it was not fulfilled. So next year we go again. We go again next year. So this is our hygiene course. This, with the help of organizations, institutions, and partners, Feame would like to introduce a sanitary kit, where whatever you need as a lady will be in this bag. Anywhere you go, anywhere you see a period, you will be able to help yourself. You will be able to take care of yourself. This is for the winches or whatever it is. I want to believe that almost all bathrooms have something that this can be hooked on. You hook it and do whatever you have to do, zip it, come it, and put it in your bag. I think we are managable. So we should all watch out. We should all be willing to do what it needs to keep ourselves healthy. Thank you. Now I will hand over the baton to Ramatullah. I've been meaning to tell you. It's a pleasure to be here. I am Ramatullah. I'm a psychiatric serious by profession, and I'm supposed to take us through a presentation on mental health, but because of the time, it's almost 5 really, and I want to be out of here. I'm not sure if you guys are in the house today, so we'll just have a more like a discussion. I'll just introduce what mental health is, and we'll have a discussion around it. I'm hoping it will be a fruitful discussion. We've all heard about mental health before, right? So what comes to your mind when you hear mental health? I want to hear from you.
Yes, this has to do with the emotional state, the emotional state of a person.
Okay.
Not people, sorry for using that's where my mind goes to.
I will basically say physical appearance, but mentally, are you mentally stable? Are you mentally, you have what has to do with personally you, whether you are okay. Because sometimes you may go through situations whereby you cannot discuss it with anybody. Even if there is somebody that you can discuss it with, there is something that is very personal to you. So you don't have to share it. So it has to be with your mental health instead of you physically. Not physically sick like we said, you are physically sick, and your mind. You have a similar response to him, right? When you hear mental health, do you think about the mad person in the States? Yes, I mean, majority. Yeah. A large number of us think of that, right? Yes. So that's the norm. It's okay to think like that because that's the norm. Because of the level of awareness in our communities when it comes to mental health, we think about those people. But then their definitions were correct. That is what mental health is. It's not the mad person in the street. Instead, it's something that has to do with all of us. We all have mental health. Just like we have physical health, mental health is a part of us. So when you say someone has money, they have money. So we all have mental health. Like it's a part of us. The moment you are human, it is a part of you. So what does it mean? So mental health has to do with our emotional well-being. It actually affects all our functions. So our physical health can be affected by our mental health. Our emotional well-being can be affected by our mental health. Our social well-being, the way we interact with people, friends, families, these things can be affected by our mental health. Our behavior, the way we behave in our community can be affected by our mental health. So mental health relates to every part of our being as a human. And we know, when we talk about holistic well-being, do you know what holistic well-being is? Holistic well-being. So it talks about dealing with the human being as a whole. Holistically, you know the word holistic, everything about something. So when it comes to human beings, it's like holistic well-being has to do with the entire human being. Not just their physical health, you have their mental health, you have their emotional well-being, their social well-being, and their cognitive function. So all of these are interconnected in one way or the other, and they affect each other. So when you have a wound physically, or you are ill physically, either it's any illness, malaria, hypertension, diabetes, these things can affect our mental health. When we have mental health issues, they can affect our physical health as well. We need to be able to recognize this, know ourselves, in order to be able to care for our mental well-being. So, you just said something here about empowerment. I wanted to write it down, but I forgot. Okay, something about empowerment, and you can only empower people if you are empowered. Do you agree with that? Okay, so it's the same thing that applies when it comes to mental health and taking care of other people. So for you to care for anyone around you, you need to be able to take care of yourself. So if you do not know yourself or how to care for yourself, you will not be able to care for another person. So it's important, and for you to care for yourself, you need to know yourself. You need to know what makes you angry, what makes you sad, what makes you happy, what makes you feel this way or that way, in order for you to take care of yourself. Let's say, I don't know what makes me angry or sad. So when I'm angry, what do I do? How do I take care of myself when I'm angry? So when any of us is sad, what do we do? You cry. So what makes you know that you are sad in that instance? Okay. Another person recognizes it. So how do you recognize that? Okay, today I'm not in the mood, and maybe I'm not even close to interact with other people outside. How do you recognize that? Maybe I go on my phone scrolling. Even if you call me sometimes, I will tend not to hear you, and I'll be like, ah, you don't go to affair, haram violence. From that, because you know the normal way. Yeah, the normal way. So when anything there is a deviation from normal, you know that there is something wrong. And then you will be able to identify what you need to do to take yourself back to the normal. And then I cry, and nobody forget about it. Then you cry, you forget about it. So, for instance, in the case where someone did something to you, you had a fight with someone, they did something to you that was wrong, and then you're angry or you're sad, you cry, yeah? No, in that situation, not always that I cry. Sometimes you can do something that hurts me. At that moment, when I speak, I can say something that I will regret later. But I will just wait when I relieve from that sadness or that anger, I will confront you in a polite manner and talk to you that what you did to me, I remain like you, so let's make it yourself next time. That's how I do that. Yeah, it is done.
Sleep. Yes.
Oh, okay, yes. So when you sleep, for instance, if somebody did something to you, and you become sleepy, and you sleep, when you wake up, do you address what happened, or you just move back?
Yeah, normally, when I wake up, I forget about it.
You forget about it?
Yes.
So, do you know what coping mechanisms are?
Yes. Smooth. Some method that one can use. Is a method that one can use. You know, when one feel like you're undergoing through stress, when you feel like you're stressed, what are the methods that you can use to actually release from that situation that you find yourself? Yeah, these are coping mechanisms.
Okay, so we have coping mechanisms. The sleeping is a coping mechanism, smoking is a coping mechanism, alcohol use is a coping mechanism. Yes, it's a coping mechanism too. Some people just want to smash something, they can even smash the TV, anything. It's a way of looking at the anger that they have in them. So we have different mechanisms. Some people might even just take shower and they feel better afterwards. Let's be together. Yes, it can be a coping mechanism. But the important thing is we have positive coping mechanisms, healthy coping mechanisms, and unhealthy coping mechanisms. So there are certain coping mechanisms, they are good for us. Others, they are not good. We do them, but they are not good for us. And one of them is what? The idea that you do something, an action to relieve yourself from the stress, and then just forget about it. You never confront whatever the issue was. What she does, she tries maybe or give some time and then comes back to address the situation. That is healthy, because then that situation, you don't expect it to repeat itself. It has been addressed, so it's less likely to happen again. But I have an issue, I just go to sleep, I wake up and then I never talk about it again. He did something to me that hurts me, I never say to him that this hurt me, or you did this, or you did that. He will come back and do the same thing again tomorrow. I'll be stressed, I'll sleep and wake up again, he'll do the same thing again. The cycle will continue. Unless and until I address the issue at hand, it will not go away. So for instance, we hear about therapy. When people go to therapy, they go with the idea that, okay, the therapist is going to solve all my problems. That's not how it works. What happens with the therapist is they just give you a space to talk, to be comfortable, to address whatever you have. And what do? They only equip you with the skills. So for them, it's just listening and equipping you, leading the conversation to a place where you realize what the problem is, and then you decide that this is not the solution. You're the one who makes the decisions, you're the one who takes the actions to solve the problem at hand. So the therapist doesn't do anything. The bulk of the work, 85% of the work is on you, the person that came to see the therapist. The therapist offers 85% of it. Some of those therapists, or I can say in our hospitals right now, currently, do you have therapists whereby you can go and then cry? So in our hospitals, we do not have therapists. But we do have therapists in the Gambia. For instance, in this program today, I'm representing an organization called Peace of Mind. We have a therapist. I want to believe she's the first therapist in the Gambia. And now she's not the only one. We have a few others that are coming up, but she's the only psychotherapist. The others are like clinical psychologists and the likes. Yeah, but in the hospitals, we do not have therapists. What we have is either mental health and psychosocial support officers, or psychiatric nurses, or doctors, psychiatrists, as in the doctors, or maybe Yeah, basically these are the ones we have. So we have one-stop centers in most of the major hospitals where you can go to. If you have any issue, you can go to the people at the one-stop centers, and usually they can link you to the psychiatric nurses or doctors that are there, so you can work with them and deal with whatever you have. So in Carlton, for instance, there is a psychiatric unit there, and there is a one-stop center. In Bangalore, there is a one-stop center, there is a psychiatric unit. Building, they have a one-stop center. Britana, that's the all the other facilities. And you have Kanda also. We also offer outpatient psychiatric class, so you can just come in on Wednesdays or Thursdays and you'll be seen by a doctor, and then it's not like anybody who comes with giving medications. There are steps to it. I wish we had more time. I would have taken us through the continuum, but we'll just have it as a discussion. It's like, so when it comes to mental illnesses, it doesn't just happen overnight. You don't just wake up and you're severely mentally ill. There are steps to it. So we have different zones, the green, the yellow, orange, and red. As the color scale is red. Usually when you see green color, what do you think of? Something that is good, healthy. Life, exactly. Something that is blossoming. When the trees are green, they are healthy. When they have a relapse, why? Because there is no support. The family support, the community support, that is very, very integral in their integration into the community is not there. Because now everybody is pointing fingers at them. This guy was a Tanka before. Sorry, come on now, what is your name? It's beautiful that you shared your story, but unfortunately, one of the risks that come with this is people around here might, I mean, I don't think any of us will do that, but that's what happens in our community. You're looking outside one day and be like, you look in the time, you said you have mental health issues, and you even started using alcohol. Really, it's not and that goes to your sentence at some point, it actually affects you again and then takes them down. So but what you need to know is, we have a lot of people in the country, besides the severely mentally ill people, all of us are struggling with one thing or the other. Whether it's an exam that I have coming up, whether it's my marriage that I'm battling with, whether it's raising a child, or my job, I have a colleague at work who's very difficult to deal with. My boss is extremely demanding, always giving me workloads that I'm not able to handle. All of these things are stressful. And if we continue, it's not about one stress that takes you to that point, but like all of these things continuing persistently for a particular duration, that's when it becomes a mental health disorder. So we need to take steps to make sure that we don't get to that point. So when something happens and you realize that, okay, this is not normal, the idea of deviation from normal, you need to identify what is the normal you. So if you see yourself reacting to things in a way that this is not my usual reaction, take a step back, take care of yourself. Identify what the cause of this deviation is and then start taking care of yourself. Nothing is as important as yourself. So for you to go out there and care for people or to support people or do advocacy, empowerment or whatever, fight for policy change, you need to be in a good place. So you see some of the people in the streets, someone that is severely in the streets, probably not even properly dressed, looking however they're looking. Do you expect that person to go to the government or to the National Assembly or to whichever ministry to fight for something? Will any of you take them seriously if they came to your office to tell you that, oh, you need this and this and this? Will you? Because we feel like this person, look at you, how you're looking, like, go take care of yourself first before you start taking care of people. That's something you would say, right? So before it gets to that point, let's take care of ourselves. Make sure that we are in a good place, healthy enough, then we will be able to give back to the community. And also, this is like, suppose for Muslims, yeah? I mean, I want to believe this applies to all religions. Because when we go on the day of judgment, I believe God, before any other questions, we will be tested about ourselves. We have, like, our body has a right over us. Do you know that? Our body has a right over us. If I'm, for instance, a man, I have a wife and a child, they all have a right over me. But before I even question about this, it starts by myself first. What did I do for this body that I was interested with? So the idea of being kind, we always go around telling people, be kind to people. But we are being kind to people outside, but are you being kind to ourselves? So the things we say to ourselves, I'm not thinking you would say to anyone else, Santa, how do you teach them to take care of themselves during this time when they are seeing their menstruation, so that we could be able to also relay that information or teach the others on the street about this thing, since they don't have anyone to admit them at the institution. So for the ones in the street, it is difficult for you to educate them on that, to be honest. It's a beautiful initiative, the idea that you want to support them, but it's difficult for you to do that for them. Because they need a level of stability mentally to be able to even recognize that they are having a positive flow. So if they are not in a good place, like mentally, so the ones at Tanka, we do a lot, we have sanitary pads, sanitary products there, we have pants and everything that they need. So when they come in newly, for instance, we have a new admission and they are on their period, we, the nurses, we do the work. We shower them, we make them clean their clothes and their pads, we give them pads and pants and all of that. So that they cannot do it on their own at that point. But once they are there on admission for some time, maybe after a few days, they are a bit more stable. You give them medications, they are a bit more stable. You just have to explain to them that when the start is, like this, you call me, I'll give you another one. Or you sometimes, depending on their level of study, you just give them parts, they put it for themselves, and they say it gradually. When it's finished, they always come and ask you for it. But for the ones in the street, it's difficult for you to do that. There's these risks. Most of the time when they are in the street, they are aggressive. And because of that risk of violence, I wouldn't tell any of you to interact with them. Because you are not equipped to interact with them. What you can do is, if you can communicate with the police have a right to take any mental health patient in the streets to talk about that for admission. The police can go and get them and bring them into admission. That is possible. But besides that, you cannot really do much for that. Some of them, like if they are helped in the Tanga place until they recover a bit, they are sometimes left and go away. Then they will have that issue again. So when sudden things happen, you guys usually go and take them back, or you just let them continue like that. Because if they are taking care of, you know that they can get their consciousness back. Now they don't understand what you mean if we take them back. Like, I mean, when they go back to their normal environment, so it comes back again. But you know, sometimes it may be caused by stress that they are over their environment. So can you go and take them back and accommodate them? So at Tanga, we don't have a community mental health service that is active. So we don't go and take patients from the street or from their homes. But any patient that is brought to us, we admit. So for instance, some families, with the illness letters, they are not supported in giving the patient the medication, and they stigmatize them and all of that. When they have a severe relapse, because of the risk of violence, they know that this person could harm them, they will not take the patient back to Tanga. So they themselves bring the patient back. So when the patient is back to us, we also take care of them until they are stable. We call the family to pick them up. Sometimes we call the family to come for their patient weeks, months, they will never show up. So when that happens, if we have space, we just keep them there, because again, we provide them with the food and everything. But when we are full and we have new patients that need the space, we just give them money sometimes, because some of them will be like, they know their home. We give them transport care that is sufficient to take them home and then we want them to go. We give them medications to go with as well, and we advise them to come for their appointments. Because it's not a rehabilitation center, it's not a home, it's a hospital.
Like people feel very difficult, like you said, I think people like you need to be, need to come, need to come to yourself and advise them. So to not to enlighten them, like for example, some of them do stay at their relative house, and they find it very difficult there, and they find it very hectic to cope with it. So I just need that to come to our video school and advise them and just advise them that how to go on with their life, I guess.
That's a good idea. We've been there before. We had the World Mental Health Day celebration, and I think I interacted with a few people here from St. Joseph's and from Israel. But we will try to do something like that. Like, why is mental health as important as physical health? Sorry? Why is mental health as important as physical health? Does anyone want to answer that for me? Why is mental health as important as physical health? imagine yourself without your cognitive functions. So, for instance, when you have a wound, a physical wound on your body, everybody, even if you decide to ignore it, everybody will see it, and people will be asking you, where their feet are going, where their are going, yeah? People will say something about it. When you have mental health issues, you're mostly the only one who knows it in the beginning. It's until when it gets out of hand that people will start recognizing that something is wrong. And even then, they may not be sure whether they can even talk to you about it or not. It's not everyone that will point out that you have issues. Instead, they will be pointing fingers, but not talking directly to you. So it will be difficult for you to get help. But when it comes to physical health issues, it's easier to get help. Even if you decide to not get help, people might force you to get help. But mental health is different. So that is why I personally feel like mental health is more important than the physical health. However, when it comes to the advocacy space, we say that both of them are important and we should stick to that. But I feel like this is more important because without this, you are literally a nobody.
Not long ago, I was in Tanka Tanka. Yeah, even there for students' trip. So now I just want to know what is the most common mental health issue in the Gambia that affect most of the youth. Because if you look at the range of age range there, you will see that most of the mental health patients are youth. Yes.
So it will be very difficult for you to say that this is the most common mental health issue in the Gambia because I'd like to back whatever I say with research, and there is no national research to drive that conversation. However, in Tanka Tanka, the majority of the admissions we have are related to substance use, drug use. So it doesn't mean that they are caused by drug use, but they are related to drug use. So we have cases of schizophrenia that can, so someone has schizophrenia, but they're doing well, they're functioning fine and all, but then they use drugs, and then the drug triggers the schizophrenia, so they have comorbid substance use and schizophrenia. So we have a lot of those cases there. But alternate cases, and we did a research within Tanka Tanka, and we saw that that was the highest prevalence. A lot of the patients, more than 70% of the patients had substance use disorder. But the Gambia as a whole, I cannot say for sure what condition is most prevalent. Accurate because mechanically we don't have a lot of trained professionals within the facilities across the country. The best thing we have is psychiatric nurses of countries. Buses, and the like. We have psychiatric nurses. And unfortunately sometimes, so I don't know how to say this. But anyway, sometimes we don't exactly give the right diagnosis. I think because of the exposure around here, we don't diagnose certain conditions like anxiety. We see them as something very little. People don't realize. So I have seen a lot of cases of anxiety, but I know my colleagues that I've been senior training with, we didn't diagnose that because they would not consider it as something serious. So if I say that schizophrenia is most common, maybe they will say that schizophrenia is most common because that's what they diagnose most of the time. But I would see more of anxiety within the same community. So because of the quality of the services we have, it will be very difficult to have the right data when it comes to this. Okay, so people really recover from mental illness because they say that they will. So they don't fully recover.
I want to ask a question and add on to something that guy was saying over there about this thing people with mental illness. Some of them, I think like it is better we even admit them into Tanka Tanka because some of them are being abused in the streets. I have seen a pregnant woman who is mentally ill. I don't know. Some boy, I don't know what we're going to see these people, but it is crazy sometimes. So I guess it is better we admit those people into Tanka Tanka. And we are talking about people with mental illness. Like we started there, people just sit and talk to themselves. I don't know on the which level it is.
So that is why, like I mental illness is when an action disrupts your normal daily function, it affects your daily function, then it becomes a mental illness. It becomes a disorder. So talking to yourself to some extent is normal. It's like you having thoughts and you're just trying to picture them and then voicing it out. That's normal. Anxiety to some extent is normal, but when this affects your daily function in your life, when it stops you from things that you normally do, then it becomes a mental illness. Also, when it comes to the people with mentally ill people, so women are already considered vulnerable people, yeah? So the fact that we now have a mental illness. So the disability act she was talking about earlier, it actually includes mentally ill people. Mentally ill people are covered by the Disability Act. So anybody is receiving disability benefits, mentally ill people are entitled to that benefit because it becomes a disability too. When you have a severe mental illness, you are considered a disabled person. So women are already vulnerable and then now they have a mental health issue. They are not expected to be able to defend themselves to a certain extent. So people take advantage of it. So for some people, I really don't understand certain features, but for some I think it also has to do with an issue, a health issue or something. I don't know. Because some people they just enjoy the so it is actually a mental health issue in a certain way because there is a part of some parts of the where people enjoy having sex where it is forced. So even if they have free sex, they want to be in a position where they are forcing someone to have sex with them. So it gives them pleasure. The first part of it is what gives them pleasure, not even the act of sex. So please, I want to ask, what are the symptoms or signs that one observes when one is about to lose their mind? How to identify it as anything that stops you from having your normal daily function, and then this is persistent for a period of time. It can be 2 weeks, it can be 1 month, depending on the type of issue it is. So some basic things would be sleep disturbances, loss of interest in your daily activities. These are for depression, feelings of guilt or worthlessness, suicidal ideations. Yes, if you have any suicidal ideations, that becomes a criteria for admission too. Talking to yourself to a certain extent. So talking to yourself to a point where it stops you from being, a functional human being, like affects your daily functions, then it becomes a serious problem. Anxiety to a certain degree. So all of these things. So maybe I'm a cameraman for instance, but today I don't have interest in doing the camera. That is normal, yeah? But if this continues to a point, this camera job is my job that I use to make money. But now I am deciding to show it, I'm not doing it because I don't have interest in doing it. And this is continuing for a month or so, I'm not even making any money, then it becomes a problem. So it becomes a mental illness. So where it stops you from things that you normally do, it becomes a mental health problem. So, I am not ashamed to share my knowledge with you, my daughter. I will tell you about puberty and menstruation, about sexuality, pregnancy, and childbirth. I am not inhabited to hand out teaching to you, my daughter. I will teach you about your rights to choose a husband, and to know about your body, to protect it from violence of every shade and shade. I am to see your face, and I'm sure you will walk, confident, I'm sure, and amplified to that way in everything and everywhere. Thank you.
This is the photo here. It's just for
Thank you all of you for attending this session. We appreciate your presence. Yeah. Can you all please clap for yourself again as together? Nice to see all these beautiful faces. I want to see this nicely. Oh, thank you. Thank you all. Have a nice day.
Cameraman,
So we say thank you very much, everyone, and I really appreciate Binta. Is a woman that have gone through her. Yeah, she's like she's somebody that will always come with me. Mohammed, I hope we can do that. I said yes, we can. And sometimes whenever I want to do this, it was like even without anybody, with one person, I will still go ahead. And yes, he did that. Yes, he did. But alhamdulillah, thank you. And we most of the notable challenges comes with financing, right? So you will realize that in fact from the beginning, like this program was initially stated for April, right? So from April to May we shifted. It was shifted to May as well. Then June, then July, until today, Then we came to a particular extent. We were like, you know what? Let's just do it. With the little fund we have, I think UNICEF helped a little. I think they participated. They gave us a particular donation. All the funding that came in fact, was just particularly self-funded from our members and our pockets. So most of the doors that we knocked, like the hope is usually there, but then reality speaks. In these things, the reality is like sometimes these people will not tell you because like they do not trust you. That they do not trust you enough to be able to handle some of these projects. So they will not tell you directly, okay, no, we cannot give you the money. So they'll be like, okay, no, okay, come tomorrow, So literally, in fact, certain particular institutions are there. People usually thought that we are even working there. Because every day we go there, they'll be like, come tomorrow. So the following day we go. So we keep on going. So our most challenges is the challenges that we have the most finance. I think an office complex that will help in most of our trainings that we do. But yeah, if we have that, inshallah, hopefully most of these things will be easy because finance is the greater perspective of it.
Well, thank you very much for that information. I am honored. I am happy. I am grateful that this day has finally come. I've started working on this since the beginning of the year, and here we are today. The program went well, and everyone is happy, and it's quite a fulfilling journey for me. And I'm really honored to be here today to be able to create an impact and communicate my quota to national development. And as a founder, to say that I am honored or thankful, it will be an understatement. And I'm also appreciative of my team, of the people that work with us, and a special appreciation to the UNESCO.com team for supporting us as well. So one of my traits is I am an observer, and also I love volunteerism. I have been volunteering for decades now, and there are crises in our society. So it's not too deep. If you look at it, you recognize. One of it is the issue of treating menstruation as a taboo in our various communities. This is one thing I noticed. And with Feame, we advocate and create awareness on some of these things that our young people are facing as individuals, as mothers, and as students. That's number one. The other thing also is one of the commonest form of abuse is financial abuse. And when someone is having a control over you financially, you are prone to be abused by that individual. So when you talk about menstruation and menstrual hygiene, our young people need sanitary products and they need money to buy some of these things. Now, if someone is using finances to abuse them, that means we have now double problems as to that. We deal with the need for me to come up with these various topics to talk about it. The issue of mental health as well. Often we tend to ignore mental health and its importance in our life. There is still a huge misconception about the topic, which is why I bring it forward to relate it to menstrual health and hygiene, to relate it to the individual, so that people can recognize it as a need, as something that every individual should go through for their well-being, for their general health issues. So this
And as young people, often we don't talk about some of the things that affect us. But if we come together as a team, as a community, and share these ideas, I believe it will take us a long way, and it will foster our sisterhood and our community development as well. To support young foundations like Feame and all the other foundations that are coming up, that have a vision, that have a team, that have a structure, and have the zeal to work on meaningful development projects in our communities. Let them support us. Stakeholders to support these young foundations for us to ignite change in our communities. There are a lot of issues that are going on at the time, but once we come together as a union, try to create more awareness and education, empowerment on some of these issues, it will be very easy for us to tackle these problems as a community, as a sister, and as a union on the whole. So I called on everyone, the government, the stakeholders, the private sector, the United Nations, support young foundations, support young organizations. Let us create the change we want to see in the Gambia. My final word is to express my sincere appreciation to my team. I couldn't have done this without their support. I am grateful. I am honored. Thank you to each and every one of you. The patriots, their members are here. I am grateful. I am honored. And all the people that saw our post and then deem it necessary for them to be here, I am grateful. I won't end this discussion without thanking the UNESCO team. We thank them for their genuine support. We are very grateful. Thank you, this UNESCO NatCon team. You made this possible for us and all the other members who contributed to make this event a success. I am grateful. Thank you.